Hey, who should start this? I reckon it's me.
I want to do it.
I'm happy for you to do it.
All right. Well, we're just letting you know the Melbourne International Comedy Festival is on right now.
2025.
Okay. And I'm opening on the 8th of April. 2 weeks of shows only, 12 nights. So pumped. Bad boy. And then I'm also doing the Perth Comedy Festival. Dave, you're also going to be in Sydney.
Yes, that's right, in May.
What a time it is. Anyway, let's get on with the show.
I was here too the whole time.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Do Go On. My name is Dave Warnocky, and as always, I'm here with Matt Stewart. Hello, Matt.
Hey, Dave. What a pleasure to be here with you. What are we doing today? We're doing a pod?
We're doing a pod.
Oh, great.
And we usually start with a question, but you often pose your own question.
Yeah. Can I ask you this, Sammy P? Is this your third time on?
It's actually my first time on. Thank you for having me.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah, I want to know.
That's right, our special guest is Sammy P.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, we haven't said that yet.
No, we haven't said that bit yet.
Do you want to go from the top?
No, I'm happy to.
Yeah, happy to leave.
Sorry about that, Sammy P. Quick question for you.
Yeah.
Dave, could you introduce him?
Please welcome to the podcast a very special guest, a dear friend of all of ours. It's Sammy P. Sammy Petersen.
You wouldn't know that you've been doing this podcast for a long time with those sorts of stellar introductions. That was incredible stuff. Nailed it.
Sammy P, quick question. How good is it to be alive?
God, can I tell you right now, I'm not living my life on snooze control. I am having the best goddamn time I've ever had. I stopped today and I smelt the roses.
Yeah.
The rosé more like it. A couple of drinks.
wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
nice
snooze control, what does that mean?
Snooze control basically means when you're driving, but you're not really focused on everything. You're not really focused on the road.
Oh.
You're snoozed out, and you're not looking at how beautiful buildings are. You're
Oh,
not looking at how
okay.
beautiful
But
things
you are
on the
looking at how
road.
beautiful buildings
Oh
are.
my God, I'm looking at how beautiful buildings are. Saw a skyscraper today, couldn't believe it.
Which one? The beautiful Rialto?
Yep.
Oh, the jewel in Melbourne skyline.
Oh, what a beautiful.
What
it
a
really
beautiful.
is. Yeah. One of the main characters, actually, of Melbourne.
I think built by Grocon. Am I right in saying
Oh,
that?
you're probably
Grocon,
right. Yeah.
Grollo, one of the ones.
Yeah. I think
Cool.
Grocon was a Grollo company.
Wow.
I think that's where the grow from
Or the
Grocon
Gruffalo.
came
Do you
from.
mean the
I think it was
Gruffalo?
Grollo Construction. Don't come at me on
Don't
this.
come at me.
Don't come at me on Rialto.
Have you done that? Have you done a Rialto episode?
No, I really should.
You really should.
I mean,
It's a bit too interesting.
it's pretty interesting to talk about what is now maybe the 5th tallest building in Melbourne.
Top five's pretty good.
Yeah, I think
Top
so.
five's still pretty good. When you do enough episodes of the podcast, and you have done a lot already,
We have done
you start
the,
going
we
to
have done the top
five.
4 already.
Oh,
was
great.
actually-
This is huge.
I mean,
the Big
when-
4 caravan park.
When I was in primary school, it was the biggest in the Southern Hemisphere.
Wow.
That's how old this guy
We
is.
you are old, man. We all look back on that, though. They
Yeah.
were great memories of
They
the
were
Rialto
really
Tower.
great.
Really
When-
good
I felt
stuff.
when you were growing up, the pyramids of Giza were the tallest buildings on Earth.
Whoa,
Well,
we
that
got
was-
you.
But that's Northern Hemisphere, so Rialto wasn't in the same conference. Didn't have to compete. Not until the Super Bowl.
Can I throw a question back at you?
Yeah, sure.
How good is life?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. Dave, same question?
Hey, I'm feeling pretty good because, the pressure's off me right now because we're recording during Melbourne Comedy Festival time.
The Melbourne International Comedy
That's
Festival.
right, but I don't respect the internationals. I like the locals.
Yeah.
You're local.
Dave's more of a Rialto man than a pyramid
Yeah, that's right.
guy.
To put it into context that we all understand.
Yeah.
So, but I'm done. I did a show with you, Sammy P. We
Oh
did
my God.
Dating the Entire Audience, which was great fun.
Every night. We loved it.
We had the best time, but we did the first half. But the second half of the festival, that's when Matt Stewart and Sammy Petersen solo
Oh my
Time
God.
to Shine.
Yeah.
Matt, and you can check out both of us if you go and check out the first 15 minutes of Matt's show and then come and see me. It works perfectly.
And you-
Well, why not see the first 20 of mine?
That's interesting.
I'm
But
gonna
you
get
beat
the-
mine 5 minutes late, and I am not kind to late comers.
Get the back 45 of Sammy.
I go, hey, you want snooze control? Bang! That sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
okay.
That sort of gear.
Yeah.
But Matt is at 8:45 at Spleen Bar. Do you know that?
That's right.
I'm at 9 p.m. at
So
Tasman
they can't
Terrace.
see us on the same night, but they can see us back-to-back nights. You know, like a
that's
Friday,
right.
Saturday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we call each other during our shows as well. We talked about that off mic, but
Yeah.
we're going to start calling each other during our shows
Yeah,
to see
if-
how that's going.
If
how
you
it's
come
tracking.
to our show
Yeah.
and you say, either mine or Sammy's,
Yeah.
you say, oi, you going to call
Yeah, you're
Matt
gonna
or
call?
Sammy?
Yeah,
Depending
yeah.
on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
If you're at
either's
Sammy's
fine.
show-
Whatever name you want to say in the moment, that's on
Yeah.
you. That's improvisation.
So you're at Sammy's show and you say,
Yeah.
hey, you going to call Sammy? You reckon that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you're going to call Sammy? And then in my crowd, you could say, hey, you want to call Matt or Dave?
Oh.
I'll
Dave might be
answer.
just at home. Just having. You'll always answer.
Yeah, no matter what.
I've got nothing on.
Even if I'm in the crowd at either of the shows. Sorry, I'm just at Matt's show.
But you go, I can talk. I tell you that I was at a show a little while ago that a guy did answer his phone during the show and goes, I can talk. I was like, no, this is the opportunity.
No big deal.
This is the time when you can't talk.
I can talk.
I can talk.
It's the humblest of brags, isn't it?
I can talk. I can always talk.
And you're like, hey, I can feel like you're rushing this call. Slow it down. I got time.
I can talk about 50 minutes. This guy sucks.
Oh, that is brutal. So, yeah, the last week of the Comedy Festival is happening currently at the time of release. So check out Sammy and Matt, and also Why the Long Face for Sammy Petersen and Bad Boy for Matt Stewart. You're both doing a couple more interstate versions of the show too.
And you know what? Can I say this as well? My good friend Matt Stewart and I say friend, we've had a bit of beef recently, but Matt and I are doing Perth on the same night, and you can actually see us back to back in the same room, Matt Stewart. Do you even know about this?
Yeah, well, I do.
Incredible.
I mean, I'm really there on your invitation.
Yeah. By request.
It's an invitation only.
It's invitation only.
I'm kind of there on your invitation, but also on Dave's lack of availability.
Yeah, that's right. Dave declined, and I sent Matt Stewart right in.
I couldn't make it.
You couldn't
but I said,
make it.
have I got the bad boy for you?
If I got the bad boy, oh no, you're looking for a bad boy.
And I was probably gonna go try and organise a little indie run over there. So even better this is.
Even better. We're doing the Regal Chorus Room in Perth for 2 nights.
For the Perth Comedy Festival.
Yeah, it's early May. I don't know when. I think it's the 2nd and 3rd of May.
Yeah, 2nd and 3rd of May. I think it is.
Yeah. And by invitation, we'll be on the same flight. By
Yeah.
invitation. I've invited you to the flight.
Yeah, I'll be on your lap.
We bought one ticket.
Yeah,
That's all we need.
You just bring down the overhead. It's a long flight over there.
But
Get
you
the
don't
toddler
sit on
seatbelt.
Yeah, you sit on my lap backwards, so we face each other the entire time.
Yeah. I straddle you.
You straddle me the entire
You'll be
time.
sharing the in-flight meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Beauty and the Hound or whatever that.
That's exactly what it is. Beauty and the Hound.
Beautiful.
Is that right?
Yeah, or Beauty and the Beast.
Fox and the Hound.
Fox
Beauty and the
Hound.
Beast. Fox and the Hound.
Do you mean Lady and the Tramp?
Lady and the Tramp?
Yeah.
Option 3, please.
Fox and the Hound. Could I lock in option 3? Feels like who wants to be a millionaire all of a sudden.
I want to phone a friend during the show. Sure.
During the show. Well, that's what we'll
I'll
be
take
doing if
Dave.
you come and see us live. I'll be phoning my friend Matt Stewart.
And if you want to date me and Sammy Pete at the same time, we've got one final show that we are doing in Sydney on Saturday, May 24.
We're pretty damn excited about it. And you can come see me, possibly, I haven't locked it in yet, on
May 25. Sunday afternoon. Next
Sunday
day.
afternoon. Come and check me out if you want.
That's really exciting.
That's up to you if you want to. I'd love to see you there.
I think they should.
I think they should.
Hey, Dave, do you want to explain how the show works? Or maybe Sammy P could.
I would love to.
Please.
So Dave has a podcast called Book Cheat, very popular. It's got he reads a book every. But that's not the podcast I'm here to talk about today.
He's taking the long way around.
I'm here to
Thanks
talk,
for mentioning that,
I'm
though.
here to talk about another podcast called Who Knew It with Matt Stewart. Yeah, I wanted to do that as well.
If you don't mention listen now, then I'll be really disappointed.
Another podcast called Prime Mates as well. No, but basically every single goddamn week a question is posed. We have to guess what the answer to the question is. And then Dave Warnocky, Matt Stewart, or Jess Perkins, and I have no idea if it's going to be Jess, it's going to be Matt, it's going to be Dave who are reading the story today. Jess, how are you, by the way?
She's fine.
Oh, she's fine?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And they go and they read a book report that they have written themselves. Not always a book report, but a report.
It's nearly never a book report.
That's Dave's podcast.
Exactly.
Subscribe
I've sort of
again.
cornered the market on that one.
You really cornered the market. But it is, you read a beautiful report, a 10th grade level report.
I think new listeners are going to just be like, oh, I get it.
You understand?
That was really succinct.
I thought that was really succinct and
Thank
nice. What a pleasure. If you want to just clip that up and play that every time,
I think we will.
Easy. Yeah.
That will make things a lot easier.
And we'll pay you a royalty.
Yeah, thank you for
Yeah,
that.
one tart at our
You always
local
promise a
tartary.
tart.
Yes, we've gone tart mad.
Yeah.
Portuguese tarts, but they call them
Tate.
Nadas?
nadas.
Or that's the name of the shop.
I
What
think
is it
that's.
called?
I think that's the
It's called Sweet Nada.
I think
Sweet nada.
I think that might be the
Doesn't it
local
sweet
term for it.
Yeah.
Does it?
I think it might be a pun that I only am just getting now.
And
as
you know what?
said it.
I really enjoy it and I really love that.
Because
What a great pun.
a pastel de nata is a Portuguese egg custard tart. Beautiful stuff.
Do you have one every day?
Yes, keeps the doctor away. Yeah. Because yeah.
One tart a day keeps the doctor
Yeah.
away.
That's how I remember it. The old adage.
What a great saying.
Now, Sammy mentioned asking you a beautiful question to get onto topic, and
my
here
gosh.
it is. My question to you both: what type of animal are you told if it's black, fight back?
Bear.
Let me finish the question.
Okay. So
if it's brown,
I'm not going to lock in bear right away.
I'm not looking in
lie down.
Oh. And did you say animal?
Yeah, he said animal. He
This
said
isn't
beast.
like an excretion.
So I should also mention if it's tangy and brown, you're inside of town.
Okay, yes.
It's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, let it mellow. The old adage.
I am looking for the answer of bear.
Oh my God. Are you talking about the history of bears today
Yes.
on the book?
And it goes back a long time. They've been around for ages.
Ages. When you
Really?
really
Yeah.
look into it, they've been around for ages.
Care Bears, Teddy Ruxpin, heaps
Yeah,
of them.
yeah. I've heard
Teddy
of all of them.
Ruxpin. Is that what you said? I haven't heard
Winnie
of
the
him
Pooh?
for
What's
ages.
his last name?
Bear. Bear. Oh my God, that's so true. What
heaps of
about In the Big Blue House?
What about? Oh,
that
yeah.
a bear?
He's great. He's a
Humphrey
great bear.
B?
Oh,
Humphrey
yeah.
B.
Flo?
Yep.
A bear I think
Paddington.
about a lot.
Baddington, yeah.
Yogi.
Did you say Baddington?
Baddington, yeah, he's, yeah.
Paddington the bear. Paddington's brother.
Yeah. We weren't able to afford proper Paddington.
Timu Paddington.
Now, these are all beautiful, cuddly bears
Oh.
that we're talking about. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about an extremely vicious bear.
Oh my God.
But I'll get to it.
Not the Care Bear.
Not the Care Bear.
And not the cocaine bear. You know, remember we have covered that?
No, it's... but
Have you ever done that before? Have you ever started reading something and then gone, you know, we've covered this?
No.
that's
It
good.
is something we dread because we
Yeah.
keep it a secret from each other.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it is something we dread. And Jess has no memory.
Yes.
A couple
she's
of times
fine, by
lately,
the way.
she's gone because we have the hat where people suggest topics and we
Yeah.
mark it red when we've done it to try and avoid this.
Okay. It's a good
She
system.
messaged one recently and said, "Hey, this is red, but have we actually done this?" And I had done it. She just had no memory.
Oh no.
Well, yeah, that's
Hope none of you go colorblind.
yeah,
Oh my
that
gosh,
would be
that'd
really
be
bad.
disaster.
The one time we were really close to it, me and Jess were both going to do Bowie, and we're asking questions. We're like, just so we don't, we both started researching. We're like, just so we don't double up. I'm doing a biography, and she's like, so am I. I'm like, oh, mine's an English guy. She's like, so's mine. And I'm like, mine was born before 2000, and she's like, oh, I think we're all right. I'm like, cool, a while before. Oh, so was mine.
How vague is before 2000?
I'm like, 'cause I was trying to keep it.
yeah, you've been aloof about
Yeah,
it.
and this is like, 8 years ago. So I'm not doing a 17-year-old. Does that help? I'm not doing a 17-year-old pop
Does that
singer.
help?
Maybe it wasn't 2000, right? It doesn't matter.
He had
Yeah,
black
Hey,
hair.
I'm not the butt of this joke.
You refuse to be the butt of the
Yeah.
joke. Just start describing his many, many styles that he's had over the years.
You can't even.
He had black hair in 2001. Oh, no, I think we're fine.
Okay.
Anyway, Dave, you're talking about a bear.
A bear, closer to Cocaine Bear than Care Bear on
Okay.
the scale. Let's talk about that. This topic has been suggested by two people, Tim Randall from Brisbane and Queensland.
I've been calling her Krabopple.
I also thought of Crandall. And thank you to Ethan Lee from Brighton in the UK who suggested it not once, but twice.
Oh, okay. That's
He really
how you
wants
know
this
it's
one.
good.
Appreciate
Really
that.
wants this one.
And then it was voted for by our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/dogoonpod. So you know it's really good.
You know, it's
Because
really
there were four
good this
great
time.
topics, and this
one
won
of
by
them.
2 votes.
Okay.
I love that.
So let
Both
me.
of those were Randall. No, the other guy who
I
suggested
could have
twice.
been Tim Randall and Ethan Lee. So I am going to give a bit of a background on bears. I know it sounds wild to give a history of bears. You were kind of right. Humans have been hunting brown bears for over 10,000 years.
Oh, my God.
Bears were hunted throughout their range in Europe, Asia, and North America by both the Native Americans and Europeans alike. The former usually killed bears for survival needs, whilst the latter, in Europe, they killed for sport or population control. In Europe, between the 17th and 18th centuries, humans sought to control brown bear numbers by awarding those who managed to kill one. This bounty scheme pushed the brown bear population to the brink of extinction before comprehensive protection was offered in the 1900s. So they kind of overcorrected, being like, hey, we'll give you like heaps of cash if you kill a bear. And everyone was like, well, we'll all
Great.
kill one.
Yeah.
Oh, God. It's
like
terrifying.
Remember the government will do like they did baby bonuses and stuff? It's like we need more people, so they pay people to have kids.
Yeah.
And then like it booms, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, no, not that many.
Whoa,
We
whoa,
don't
whoa.
want that
whoa,
many.
now
Now,
you're
now we're
gonna pay our
taking
kids.
money off you.
You weren't meant to have 50.
Baby bonus was wild as well.
What a
because it was-
strange thing.
Yeah.
To have a monetary-
money. But it's also like it was money that would not cover the baby completely.
Yeah,
It wasn't like-
you're still running at a loss.
you're still running at a loss.
Yeah, it's like
You're in the
what-
red massively.
Well, a couple of grand up front, but like the rest, that's on you.
That's on you. Yeah.
So we've been killing bears for ages, but sometimes the bear fights back.
Oh my God.
Which is absolutely putting like anthropomorphic ideas on today's story, which, warning up top, is at times very violent. Today we are talking about the Sankebetsu brown bear incident.
Oh my God. Okay.
I like how vague incident is.
It's so, I love anything that's deemed an incident.
Yeah.
An incident is always going to be good.
Love it.
I'm in.
I mean, I'm
too.
hooked.
I'm in.
I'm hooked.
Incident.
That was good.
Is that
man.
really
That's really
good?
good. Siri, write that down for me, not for man.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll see that
Put
in
that in my
Sammy's show.
show. You can see that coming up in my show this week.
I'm in. Out of nowhere.
I'm
like in context,
in.
it was no good. Imagine it out of context.
I really lean into it every night as well, going, they're going to love this system. Nah, they have.
So let me take you back to the Taisho era in Japan, coinciding coincidentally with the reign of Emperor Taisho from 1912 to 1925. And our story takes place in 1915. World War I is raging. Japan is a member of the Allies, and politically, the Japanese Empire seized the opportunity to expand its sphere of influence in China and to gain recognition as a great power in post-war geopolitics. But in the small village of Sankibetsu, they are more focused on the events in their own literal backyard.
Okay. So you should be. Always focus local, as you do with the Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
Exactly.
Always
So the
focus
Melbourne
local. Comedy Festival.
Thank you.
Always focus on your own backyard. Tend to your own garden first. That's what I always say.
Is that
I just
right?
made that up. Yep.
Right.
Tend to your own garden before gardening other people.
Sort of ignore
gardens.
world events.
Yep.
And that's
I believe in that so strongly.
and you live in an apartment.
That's right. I don't even have a backyard.
Jeez, you're lazy, mate. That's
So
lazy.
lazy.
Tend to your pot plant.
Tend to my one pop plant.
But it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
Well, my turn. So this village or this area is about 11 kilometers or 6.8 miles inland from the west coast of Hokkaido, Japan's second largest island by area. But at the time, it's pretty sparsely populated. Not many people were living there.
Uh-huh.
In mid-November, at the family home of the Akita household, a bear appeared and spooked one of the family's horses.
Was that normal? Because
No, this isn't super unusual as it's a new settlement surrounded by like a really rugged forest, and bears are expected in the area.
just hanging out.
Okay.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out, having a good time.
When you say spooked, was it dressed up Halloween?
Yeah.
What date was
ghost
it?
killer face
Was it wearing a
mask on.
sheet?
It was like,
Big Scream fan. Way before Scream happened.
It's actually based on this story.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Well, the
Sorry, write that down as well. I like that one.
Neve
That's a bit
Campbell's
interesting
playing the
towards
horse.
the horse wasn't the only one spooked because the bear soon fled after eating some corn.
Oh,
Grabbed a bit of corn.
didn't like it?
And then went...
Or liked it too much and ran
raw
off and fell on
corn.
the corn.
Was it raw corn or is he
Just popped.
cracking open some cans?
It wasn't popcorn.
Oh, popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn.
Yeah.
Nice. Watching a movie.
Sitting by the microwave.
Not very nutritionally dense, but, you know.
Very Moorish.
Really hits the spot.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
Moorish.
So, the bear's gone.
Mm.
But that's not the end of the story.
Oh, I thought that was the end of the story. I really like that story.
Because it returned to the village on November 20, and one of the men of the Kamatero household and two Matagi, which are special hunters, decided to scare the bear off. Matagi are known for using Akita dogs to hunt and guard bears. Do you know an Akita?
No.
Quite a cool, fashionable dog now.
Okay.
I know Makitas. Power tools.
Nikita. You're thinking Nikita, the Elton John song.
Oh, I was thinking of Nikita La Femme Nikita.
Oh, my favourite Nikita.
Played by an Australian. Think local.
Think local.
Always
And
local.
can I get my Makita back?
Mac?
So they wanted to spook the bear after the bear spooked them.
Yeah, because it's like this bear's
back at it.
becoming a bit too familiar. It's
He's
rocking
got
up
cocky.
heaps. It's like stealing our food. Let's, take care of it before it takes care of us.
Right.
This bear is cocksure.
Yeah.
It's not said enough about bears.
No.
Yeah. So they called in the Matagi, the big guns. You see, they had reason to be frightened, and that is that the bear that was hanging around was an Etso brown bear, aka an Azuri brown bear, aka Russian grizzly bear, aka the black grizzly bear.
AKA
Whoa.
what you got to be scared of the most.
Well,
Yeah.
so it's known by many names.
Yeah, because it's native to across Asia and parts of Russia.
Right.
So in different parts, they call it different things.
What does it prefer?
Just bear.
Just
Yeah.
bear. Just bear.
And this is an island, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, well, Japan is, yep.
And this is it's not even the biggest island in Japan.
Second biggest.
Second biggest island.
I
in
thought
Japan.
you said this is in Ireland, isn't it?
It's an island, yeah?
So,
I've been following.
And then
This is
my
an
response
island, yeah?
was, yeah, Japan
Yeah,
is.
Japan. Yeah, Japan is. Yeah, Japan is. Roughly. I'm not good at geography, but
Yeah, sorry.
roughly.
these bears migrated when there was a land bridge or something?
Yeah, ages, obviously millennia ago.
Yeah, right. So but they're still the same genus as these other bears. They haven't evolved differently at all.
I think they come in different sizes, I believe. Yeah. Some people say the Russian ones are the biggest.
Yeah, Russian dolls, yeah.
Yeah.
Russian dolls.
Because they fit the smaller ones inside them.
Yes.
They've got to be bigger.
Got a bigger
It just makes sense.
Makes perfect sense to me.
So, yeah, they're bigger. Is that because they've got more... Like, yeah, do animals get bigger or smaller when they get stuck on an island to evolve?
Well, I actually can't answer this question myself.
I guess they don't need to evolve to get bigger, do they? Because they're already the top dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the fascination for a while with teacup pigs.
Oh.
And it's like everyone was like really obsessed with teacup pigs and they didn't know that they were just baby pigs.
Oh, yes, it turned out they didn't exist.
Yeah.
There's no
just
such thing.
Grew bigger. Like, isn't a teacup pig
Suddenly
anymore.
you've got like a 180 kilo pig in your lounge room.
This is a dumpster pig.
Oh, God.
Love them
And
dumpster
then
pigs.
the breeder's like, oh, I don't know what happened.
Sorry about that. Oh,
Oh,
God.
wait,
Whoops.
didn't you follow the instructions?
Yeah, did you water it too much?
It's like I got my my massive dog, Missy Diggins, 55-kilo dog from a place called Minnie's Bulldog Rescue. I was like, that is false advertising.
Yeah.
That is absolutely.
You got a
stitched
big
up.
dog.
Hey, and thank you for saying that.
No worries.
That's a
Can I
big
say this
dog.
about you?
Size
You are a
matters.
big dog.
Thank you
Size
so
always
much.
matters. Thank you for saying that.
See, that you've got a big dog, but these bears are even bigger. if you
Bigger
can
than that.
imagine.
That's huge.
Because they are a subspecies of brown bear, and they're real big. Some of them approach the size of Kodiak bears, which are up there with polar bears as the biggest on Earth.
Oh, Kodiak bears.
Can I have a Kodiak moment? Is that anything?
Yeah, I think so.
Siri, write that down.
Yeah.
I'll put that in the show.
Yeah.
You can use it if you want.
Okay, let's both do it
Let's have a
tonight.
Kodiak moment. Is that anything?
It's everything.
That's not anything. That's everything.
Yeah, that means so much to
I'm
me.
so sorry, but you got a talent scout in tonight, and he's very impressed.
In the podcast?
In the podcast.
In the corner?
Just in the corner going, I like
I
this
wonder who
stuff.
that guy was.
I don't think I understand bears at all. Last week, I first heard of a blue bear. Had you heard of blue
No, what's
bears?
a blue bear?
They're from...
The bear in the big blue house. That's what you're thinking of.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Good
blue
night,
bear.
man.
I hadn't thought of a blue bear either.
They're from Nepal, maybe, or something like that?
But they're all subspecies of 8 different types of bear. I've discovered that this week. There's brown bears, black bears, but there's also like a North American and maybe a South American type of those. But there's a sun bear, there's the panda bear. Like they're
Polar? What's
polar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So there's 8 like genuses, and they're all
Right.
subspecies of those 8.
Ah.
Is it actually blue, the bear?
It was...
It was pretty blue,
Pretty
wasn't
blue,
it?
yeah.
It's
so
pretty
it
blue.
was-
Not completely blue,
No,
but
I
pretty
wouldn't say particularly
blue.
blue.
Not primary.
Blue for a bear.
Oh,
if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do know. I actually do know what you mean.
Yeah, Tibetan blue bear, one of the rarest subspecies of brown bear. So that's a type of brown bear as well.
Right. Yes, it's brown.
It's brown, but it looks a
got
little bit more
bluish
blue
tinge,
than
Yeah.
a hue.
Yeah, a blue hue
Blue hue.
on the brown bear.
But like, because some of them I've definitely heard of, obviously polar, panda, brown, and black bear. But then there's
I've
also
heard of heaps of them.
the sun bear. There's my favorite, the spectacled bear. Like that's one of the big 8.
A bear with
Right.
glasses.
That's Paddington's adopted mother.
Yeah. She's always wearing glasses.
Also known as the South American bear, where
There you
Paddington's
go.
from.
Deepest, darkest Peru.
The Andean bear, part of Peru has the Andes.
Oh my god.
I was keep pointing at Matt. It's quite nice.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Any
But
other bears?
They're all subspecies of those 8. So that's something I didn't know. Maybe other people
No, I
did.
didn't know that. So what Kodiak is a subspecies of brown.
That's a big brown one.
Big brown
Big
bear.
brown bear.
BBB.
Like the biggest, I think,
What's a grizzly? That's a brown bear?
yes.
It's actually
That's
called
the-
grizzly.
Grizzly's probably the most famous bear, is it? Do you think?
I didn't know
Or
the
panda.
species was actually called grizzly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, grizzlies are also brown bear, type of brown bear in
grizzly.
North America. It's
a
it's
bad rap.
very interesting, but they're the Kodiak and the polar bear are the biggest ones.
I'm happy for you to just ditch the story and talk to us about all the bears.
All the bears, if you want. You can just
Yeah.
name the bears
I've got a few some bear stuff at the end.
Okay.
at the end.
Well,
Yeah.
let's
That's a spoiler.
We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this crap first.
That's a great forward sale. There's stuff coming up about bears. Don't worry
Sizzled.
about that.
So we're talking about the Etso bear.
Yeah.
aka the Russian grizzly.
Another one I've not heard of before.
It's an Etso
Yeah.
bear.
Bought
Not an
it-
Etsy bear.
Yeah.
Sold online.
So they're
That's a crocheted bear.
It's a crochet bear.
But
Quite
this is-
nice. Goes with everything.
But like the Tibetan bear, this is a type of brown bear. So that it's big and they're known to be deadly to humans. In Hokkaido, the island that we're talking about today,
Ireland.
during the first
Ireland.
during the first 57 years of the 20th century, 141 people died from bear attacks.
Oh, wow.
And another 300 were injured.
Shit.
And that's on a pretty non-populated island.
Right.
Wow. And teacup pigs were running rough.
Yeah.
That was so
Killing.
small.
Well, so small, killing everyone. Least expect it.
Yeah.
So this particular Etso bear was spooked off again, but it reappeared on November 30. The men were waiting and they shot at the bear and wounded it, but it escaped. They pursued it on foot, following the bear's footprints towards Mount Onishika. They found blood stains on the trail, but when the weather turned, they were forced to retreat.
Ooh.
But seeing the blood, they assumed that it was injured, probably dying. It would no longer be a problem. Well, they were wrong.
Yeah, that's how I would catch someone. I'd put blood around me and lie down.
Yeah.
Yep,
And then
good.
it'd spring up.
Don't they say don't
And I'm
poke?
always trying to catch people.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
It made you think I'd been horribly murdered.
That's how I start my stand-up show. I'm lying there covered in blood.
Oh,
Gotcha.
That's how you get
Gotcha.
a crowd.
Yeah.
Shut the doors.
Got him a beauty. Now sit down. I got a story to tell.
Nothing to do with the blood.
Nothing to do with the blood.
They say don't poke a bear. They've done worse than that.
They shot a bear.
Yeah.
That's scary.
And that bear's pissed, and that bear would make them live to regret not finishing off the job.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
This is the Jason Statham bear. It just won't stop.
It can't stop.
So fast forward just over a week to December 9, 1915, and that same bear appeared at another family's house, this time the Otas. Abe Mayu was the wife of a farmer. She was there with a baby she was babysitting named Hasumi Makayo. This time, the bear came inside the property, which you can see recreations of online, and it's a basic timber home with straw-lined walls, so pretty easy for a bear to get inside.
Yeah.
You can't just lock the big front door.
Right.
Because a big bear's going to get in the big front door.
I found a website that documents bear attacks. Not sure if you've heard of this one, wikipedia.org.
Oh.
Okay. More of a .gov.au kind of guy.
Oh,
than this
okay,
one.
right, yeah, fantastic. Yeah, you can trust those ones.
You can always trust
Why
them.
is it called Wikipedia?
I think it's Japanese.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
100%
That makes
sure.
heaps of sense, actually.
Is that Japanese for bear?
Could be.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Wiki is, yeah, Japanese
Yeah,
for bear,
yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
In Ireland.
Bearpedia.org.
Yeah.
It's a great website, as this story is really famous in Japan, so I couldn't find that many English resources. And nearly every news article on this is very similar to the wiki article.
Right.
So it seems to be the number one English source.
Okay.
I did Japanese in primary school.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. So maybe you just send it to me.
Oh,
Translate?
Salama Pagi.
that's Indonesian. Yep. Which I did in high school.
That's why you got me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Otherwise, yeah, you messed with the
I
wrong
would have
guy.
got you. I know, yeah. I got egg on my face.
Yeah.
So this is from the wiki article, and a warning, this quote is brutal, so here it is. The bear is inside the farmhouse. Makayo, the baby, was bitten on the head and killed. Sorry to say. Mayu, the farmer's wife, fought back, apparently by throwing firewood, and tried to escape, but she was overtaken, knocked down, and dragged into the imperial forest of Sankibetsu. According to contemporary descriptions, the scene that was left behind resembled a slaughterhouse with blood puddled on the farmhouse floor.
Oh,
And then Sammy pops up, says, "Gotcha."
Gotcha. Gotcha. A beauty.
Jeez, Sammy,
I'm there,
that's
there.
in bad taste, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Too
bad.
soon. All right. That's fair.
So pretty
You
Siri,
taking notes?
unwrite that down.
Yeah, okay.
So genuinely harrowing stuff there.
Yeah,
This bear
Jesus.
has killed two people.
Yeah,
That might be the
wow.
worst thing that's ever been said on this podcast.
Yeah.
I
Maybe.
don't know about that.
You said some pretty bad stuff.
My
Some pretty
memory's
awful
like
stuff.
Yeah. We block out the really, really grim stuff. The early serial killer episodes. The next day, a 30-person search party was assembled to go after the bear and to recover the remains of Mayu, whose body was still missing.
How many people in the search party?
30 people.
Okay. Yeah. Not enough.
It's not enough.
Not enough. Not to get a bear.
It's not a big town.
That's true.
That might be everyone.
Maybe that's everyone in the
It's
town.
everyone.
Yeah, I didn't think
And
about that.
Sammy's still like, this is not enough.
This is not enough, guys. This is not enough. Let's back away.
Honestly, this is not enough for a town. What are we doing
Yeah.
here?
What are we doing here?
We don't even have a baker.
Sam, are we thinking local or not, mate? Sometimes you're
Oh,
supporting
yeah,
local and
I know.
sometimes
For a
you're,
guy with
you're
no
shitting
backyard,
on local.
I know. For a guy with no backyard, I talk big.
The group didn't have to go far, only wandering about 150 metres into the forest before it was found. That's the body, along with the murderous bear. 5 men fired their guns at the bear, but only one hit the target, which, remember, is very big.
We got bloody Star Troopers here.
Yeah.
Is that something that makes sense?
Yeah.
Stormtroopers.
Damn it.
But Star Troopers is fun too.
Starship. Oh, I got bloody Starship Troopers here.
Yeah, Starship Troopers.
Because they can't shoot guns very well. Apparently.
Yeah.
Don't hit targets.
Yeah, you got it. Don't worry.
Stormtroopers,
You're
yeah.
working with her well, though.
But isn't technically Storms a star? You know, the sun's a star. Is Storms a star?
That's a great
Technically?
question. Is a storm a star?
Is a
technically?
storm-
Yeah, I
technically?
reckon like
We
if
asked
you're going technical.
Ask the big questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Storm
I think
is a star.
technically a storm. So
Aren't we all made of stars technically?
Yes,
At the end of the
that's
day.
exactly.
Yeah.
So what is a storm apart from just star?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually true.
So we can just call anything a star from now on and
Yeah.
be technically
actually
correct.
fine.
Can't wait to go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire again. Star.
Lock it in, star.
But every time you're correct, after you get the answer wrong, you go, well, I guess we all are technically stars, aren't we?
Eddie has to keep going upstairs to the
He's like,
adjudicator.
no, no, he has got us
no, he's
again.
got us
I know
again.
you do have to lock in A, B, C, or D, but he said star. And you know what? This
Can't
loophole's
pull
always
the
been
wool
here.
over his eyes. No, we got it.
25-year loophole, and he's finally got us. So only one person hit the bear. Enraged by the bullet, the bear fled, and the party searched the area. And unfortunately, they found the partially eaten body of Mayu. It had been buried in the snow so the bear could come back and eat more of it later. So this is a bloodthirsty bear.
Or just a hungry bear.
It's a hungry bear.
Yeah.
And it's not killing, to eat.
Killing to eat. Yeah, that's right. Which is interesting. It's interesting to note that...
You think he was out for revenge?
yeah.
Oh, right.
Dave
No, it
reckons
is.
he's out
It's,
for revenge.
so the village's biggest fear was that the bear had a taste for human flesh now and it would return. And it's interesting to note that most of the diet of an Etzo bear is actually vegetarian.
Oh, really?
They do eat meat like fish and small mammals and sometimes even insects from time to time, but they're also happy eating berries and
Right.
grass
I'd love to see a
shoots.
bear
Gummy
eat an
bears.
insect.
Yeah,
That's
they
one
love
we
a
didn't
gummy
mention
bear.
before. Bouncing here and there and everywhere. They're the number bears beyond compare.
I don't know this song.
They are the gum. You didn't watch Gummy Bears?
No, I never watched Gummy Bears. It sounds like a good hot
It's a
track, though.
classic Disney cartoon.
Is a gummy bear a type of grizzly bear? Or
Yes.
a brown bear?
That's the big three.
The big
You've got the
three.
Kodiak, the polar bear,
Yeah.
and the gummy.
The
They're
gummy,
the three
yeah.
biggest. Honestly,
Hasn't got any teeth.
I'm sure the biggest gummy bear would be bigger than the biggest polar bear.
Yeah, I think so. I'd say polar bears are famously white. Gummy bears are famously sort of rubbery.
Kind of rubbery.
Yeah.
You can eat them.
Juby.
They're very juby.
I think they might be the jubiest bear.
Softest. They're very soft, aren't they?
I'm dubious
Dubious
about that
bears.
fact.
That's a dubious fact. So, because of their size, they can kill any other animal in their habitat.
Wow.
But often they will eat a lot of vegetarian diet. The only thing that gives them a run for their money in this part of the world is the Siberian tiger. There are reports of both species fighting and killing each other, which is pretty wild to imagine.
Right.
Big bear versus big tiger. Etzo brown bears that exceed 300 kilos are reported to be invulnerable to attacks by Siberian tigers because they're just so big. And this bear that just attacked and killed 2 people is very much in that category. It's a big one, 380 kilos or 840 pounds.
Holy
And when
hell.
it stands on its hind legs, it's 2.7 meters tall.
Oh my
Whoa.
God.
It's a 9-footer.
Could
Yeah.
be, yeah. Great
30 people
basketball.
not enough. That's what I said.
It could dunk.
Signing up for Memphis.
Oh my gosh.
They're the Grizzlies.
Oh, they're the Grizzlies. Great. That's actually great stuff. I didn't know
Right. But the Grizzlies used to be where they used to be.
One of the Canadian cities,
'Cause
Vancouver.
Yeah, because
The
I
Maple Leafs.
had the basketball growing up, and then they moved.
You had the basketball.
Like, sorry, the teams themed. But my sister got the Lakers
Yeah.
ball. I got the
that. Oh, you
the
got
Grizzlies.
the Okay. How cool. You still dunk it?
So I'm still an OG Grizzler.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though I can't remember the name of the old city. My boys were robbed
My
at
boys.
some point in their career.
Not sure when, but my boys were robbed. My boys.
My boys.
So the humans thought the bear would come back to the Ota farm, so men gathered with guns and they waited. And their hunch was correct because at 8 p.m, the bear returned.
Oh my God. Dave's just told us that this bear wouldn't. What did you call it? Insusceptible to tiger attacks?
Yeah, that's right.
And I don't know if men with guns are going to do it.
No, they need
No,
tigers
they got
with
the job.
guns.
Yeah.
Tigers with guns. And over 30 as well. That's a number, over 30, but they've all got
30
guns.
tigers with guns.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're fine now.
Yeah.
We're fine now.
It's like tigers in a Voltron formation.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's good. Tigers for arms and legs.
Hey,
Yep.
that's good.
Is that, would it be able to survive that?
I don't think so.
A man. So one of the townspeople puts his arms and legs up
Not the Jacksie.
the jacksies of
the
4
jacksies,
tigers.
yeah.
And so their mouths are out.
Yeah.
Mouths for hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's just would the bear be able to survive that?
Surely the bear would run away if he saw that. Because
Yeah.
that would be a
If he saw
horrifying
it.
sight.
He'd be embarrassed for them. He's
Yeah.
running away.
Getting the first arm, like probably your preferred hand in the first tiger,
Yeah.
that'd be hard. But imagine when you're non-preferred and then without hands doing your legs.
You got your non-preferred.
I've probably done it in the wrong order.
And then you got to walk on the leg tigers. You're walking on their heads.
No, on their necks. I think.
Oh, okay.
You're walking on their necks.
Well, because their teeth are like your toes.
Oh, got it.
They got to bend a
Teeth
bit.
or toes.
Yeah.
You get it.
Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I think
It's easy.
Well, let's
Easy to
find out
visualise.
how this bear responds to Voltron. So, despite being prepared for the bear to come back, it's done exactly what they predicted. There was panic in the armed humans, and only one was able to shoot at the bear before it again fled into the woods. They're like super prepared,
Yeah.
and also when
shoot
the
like
bear
Star
came,
Troopers.
yeah, they
Which
shot
is
them like
technically correct.
Starship Troopers.
Correct.
So the armed mob gathered their courage, regrouped, and went after it into the forest.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, at the nearby Miyouke household, people of the village sheltered indoors with armed guards outside in case of the bear. The guard heard that the bear had reappeared at the Ota house and they rushed off to join the hunt, leaving the house unprotected except for one bodyguard, a guy called Odo.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh, no, I know.
Oh no.
It sounds like this bear has like created a diversion.
Yeah.
It's like outsmarting them.
Yeah.
The lady of the house, Yayo, was preparing dinner whilst her son, Umikichi, was on her back, which is incredible multitasking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
That
from
kid's cooking dinner and on her back. That's how I read it.
leaning over, really long spoon in the pot.
Really
This
talented
is a
kid.
human ratatouille.
This is again from the wiki article. She heard a rumbling noise outside. This is the mum Yayo. But before she could investigate, the bear broke through a window and entered the house.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
my God.
Terrifying.
The cooking pot on the hearth overturned, dousing the flames, and in the ensuing panic, the oil lamp was extinguished, plunging the house into darkness.
Oh my god.
You're in a house with a killer bear and it's gone completely dark. How scary would that be?
That's really scary. But is that an advantage? You know, like how sometimes taking out the lights is like a tactical advantage. Who sees better in the dark? Bears
Unfortunately,
or
this
humans?
bear was
bear.
prepared and had night vision goggles.
They always
okay.
carried them just in case.
Just in case.
They know your
makes me
move. They're
think
one
that
step ahead.
The bear's probably the one that turned
I
out
think
the
the bear's
lights.
got the advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's got night vision goggles.
You didn't think of that, did you?
No, I didn't think of that.
Terrifying situation.
That's how they get you. Yeah.
Back to Wiki.
But there is a bodyguard, or there's an armed man just outside.
Owner?
Odo.
Odo.
Odo's there.
Yeah.
Owner's the old coffee shop that used to be near Studio Studios.
Yeah, that's a good reference.
Thanks. Yeah, that's a good reference.
I've chosen that one to draw a line at.
Yeah, no one will get that reference.
Sorry, mate. I'm on snooze control
Hey,
over here.
no. You're on snooze control. Wake up. Wake up.
That's a good reference.
No, we're the third week of the
That's a
comedy
good
festival.
reference.
Wake up.
Cut to half an hour
Odo's
ago when
great,
you were
though.
talking about Makita.
Yeah, we edited that out.
No, that was a good bit. I like that one.
15 minutes on
Keep that
Makita.
one in, AJ.
So back to Wiki. Yayo, the mother, tried to flee the house, but her second son, Yuhiro, clung to her legs, tripping her as she ran.
Oh,
God.
The bear attacked her and bit Umikichi, the boy on her back,
Oh, no.
her son. Odo, the bodyguard, on duty ran for the front door, and this distracted the bear who went after him. At the first half of the sentence, I'm like, Odo just ran away, but he's actually creating a diversion.
clever.
So the bear went after him, releasing Yayo and her son, who were able to escape. The bodyguard, Odo, attempted to hide behind furniture, but was clawed in the back.
Oh, no.
He was severely injured, but survived.
Whoa.
This is huge.
Did he get any shots off?
No shots, but he did get to hide behind the furniture.
Okay.
That's still good.
And he had a gun.
He had a gun.
I reckon I would have just.
I would've shot it.
It's so funny to be like, this is what I would have done.
You would have shot it.
In the pitch black with a bear
Oh,
running
pitch
at
black.
you.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about the pitch
A
black.
bear running at you.
I would have fired shots.
Because I remember before they had like 30 guards and only one of them was able to shoot it.
Yeah.
It's like super fast bear.
Super fast. One of the
Super
fastest
fast,
bears.
super big.
Two
And this
facts
is a
about
gummy
bears.
bear? Is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah, correct. Gummy bear. It's a gummy.
So the bear then went on a rampage, and because remember, the house is full of people who are hiding from this bear, and unfortunately, the bear has found them. It started attacking others inside the house, killing 2 more children and a woman,
Oh, God.
and injuring many other people. It's gone wild.
Jeez, it sounds like bloody Billy Zane, this guy. In Titanic.
Oh, in Titanic, sorry. Billy
I think-
Zane.
the Phantom.
the actor.
No,
Billy
yeah,
Zane.
I probably need to give more context there. But he just doesn't, he's going
Oh,
after
I think you should just leave it there. Just
Sounds like
go-
Billy
sounds
Zane.
like Billy Zane.
Like when Billy Zane went on a rampage and killed multiple people.
Such a say. It's like Tom Hanks. What? I won't reference. No
It's like
further
Tom Hanks
references.
in Big because it's got
Tom
a big
Hanks.
bear.
Yeah. It's exactly like Tom Hanks.
That's a good reference.
It's one of the greats.
So the mob of guards who thought they were on the trail of the bear realised that it had eluded them. They raced back to the settlement, and a seriously injured but surviving Yayo met them and related news of the attack at the Miyouke family's house. The mob ran for the house and found it dark, but could hear the bear still inside. They
Making
assumed,
dinner. He's finishing off the dinner.
yeah,
It's like, I don't want to go to waste.
putting the pot back on,
Yeah.
Well, it's not what? No.
lighting a fire. They assumed everybody else was dead, so one person floated the idea of, let's just set fire to the house.
Oh, wow.
Yayo, the mother, had more sense and reasoned that it was very possible that children were still alive in there and hiding and forbade the arson. So it was decided that the armed men would split into two groups and try to drive out the bear.
Holy hell.
Half went out the back door, half stayed out the front with their guns
Who was on the
locked
roof?
and loaded. No one's covering the
No
roof.
one's on the roof. That'll be my first thing. I'll be on the roof.
Also, that no one's on the basement.
No one's in the basement. No one's underneath the house.
Yeah.
What
right
year
there.
was this again?
1915.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You did say that.
In
Okay.
Ireland. Remember?
I just- yeah.
We're on snooze control over here.
I like to just try and a bit of separation always makes you feel. I'd prefer more
connected.
than 110 years, but that's pretty good.
Yeah. 110, how about that?
prefer more than
You know, if you were telling this story, this happened 3,500 years ago. I'd be like, all right,
What, you're connected? You're more connected to it or less connected to it?
less.
All right.
I feel I'm like, okay,
Forget about
these
it.
people would probably be dead now anyway.
Yeah, probably.
That's good news.
But 1915, who knows?
And
Actually, who knows?
I think some of the oldest people ever are Japanese.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, famously.
If they survive this, they could survive anything.
Thank you for saying that.
Let's find out. So,
Actually beautiful.
half out front, half out back. Guns locked and loaded, trained on the front door, trained on the back door.
One bear.
One bear.
That almost doesn't sound like
adding
a
that
fair fight.
Yeah, it doesn't, does it?
Let's get 30
I'm
bears
nervous.
on
Let's
30
get 30 less.
men.
Yeah.
So the group out back made a lot of noise in the rear, hoping to frighten the bear out the front.
They were farting.
Hey, that's some good stuff.
Great reference.
Do you guys have ad break? Put one in there.
Great reference to farting.
Yeah.
Hey, we've all done
I
that.
didn't know you'd reference farting in this show. That's great stuff, man.
So
Bit of noise from the rear. That's
That's some good
yeah,
stuff.
AJ, please edit that out.
that's
Hey,
podcasting.
AJ, that's some really
AJ,
good stuff.
please,
AJ, can you
edit
clip that up and send it to me,
No,
please?
I'm overruling. We love that.
Love that stuff.
So they made a bunch of noise. It worked, and the bear soon appeared out front. But in a comedy of errors, the men who were set up in a position where they risked killing each other with crossfire, and in the confusion, not a single shot was fired as the bear walked out the front door and just fled into the night.
Oh my God. What is going
They
on?
had him.
They could have got him.
What was the guy on the roof doing? Not a goddamn thing. Not
Sniper
enough.
on the roof.
Sniper on the roof could have got him.
Some of them was fell asleep.
Holy hell.
God damn it.
So, Miyouke Yasutarō was the husband of Yayo, the woman who was cooking whilst attacked. He had heard of a local man named Yamamoto Haikichi, who was an expert bear hunter.
Of course.
Whoa,
of course.
okay.
All right, maybe this is Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a bear catcher. That's a really good impression.
Thank you so much.
Haikichi was reported to have killed over 300 bears in his lifetime. He was considered the best shot in the whole Sawyer province and was nicknamed the Sword of Sawyer.
Ooh, that's
Sawyer.
sick. Tom Sawyer. That's a good
Is that Tom
reference.
Sawyer reference?
I'm the sword of Tom Sawyer.
By the sword of Tom Sawyer.
By the sword.
Before you go and stab a bear. And you know what? I didn't laugh about that.
No.
I'm not laughing about this sort of stuff. I'm just saying that if you're going to stab a bear, it better be by the sword. By the sword of Tom Sawyer. That's my New York City
Yeah.
accent. Just trying to cater for everybody.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah.
It's been said that he was such a good shot he could kill a Japanese woodpecker and a Japanese squirrel with a single bullet.
Well, okay.
I could too, depending where they were.
We could all kill a squirrel, mate.
Yeah. And we all have.
We hired you to kill a bear.
Stop bragging about the
Step on an
squirrels.
ant.
I've killed dozens of squirrels.
Killed a bee yesterday. Didn't even think about it.
Not big deal to me.
If you taped all the squirrels I'd killed together, that would equal 2 bears. Okay.
Okay,
But a very accurate shot. He's like the anti-Starship Trooper.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's true. Aren't they all technically?
Yeah.
When the Russo-Japanese War broke out, he was 46 years old, joined the army, and after the war, he carried a Russian-made bolt-action rifle on a daily basis and also kept his trademark military cap that he wore everywhere.
That was the war that Japanese fought with Rene Russo, for anyone who wasn't sure the historical context.
Who won?
I'm afraid Russo came out on top.
Every time.
Hard man to beat.
Yeah, that's why Japan made some bad decisions going into the Second World War. They were still hurting.
You're pretty learned.
Yeah. Well, it's actually pronounced learned.
Thank you for saying that. I'm learning too.
So just before being called up to help with the Sankebetsu bear, this is Hakichi, he had another bear-related incident. In the spring of that year, 1915, he had found a brown bear's hibernation hole entering the national forest in Kontobetsu. In an attempt to drive a stake through the top to break into the enclosure, he slipped inside and the bear attacked him. He hugged its chest and yelled to his comrades at the entrance to shoot, but they ran away, and then the bear also ran. It was reportedly...
He just wanted to be one of the guys.
Yeah, let's run, boys. Let's go. Where are we going?
Where are we up to? We in the pub? We go to the pub?
Fun run. Let's go.
First hands on me.
Hey guys, Hakichi was reportedly most upset and disappointed by this moment.
Yeah, I think so.
Of course. Didn't talk to them ever again.
Yeah.
Or the bear.
I also read somewhere there was a rumor that he killed a bear with a sword.
Which
Tom
one?
Sawyer sword.
Say it properly.
Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer sword.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Thank you.
So with all the trouble and violence that the bear in Sankibetsu was causing, a visit was paid to Yamamoto Hakichi, Sawyer sword, whatever his name is.
Sword.
Jason Statham.
The Jason Statham. When he heard the news, Hakichi was certain that the bear that was terrorizing them was the dreaded man-eater that he nicknamed Kesagake, or the diagonal slash from the shoulder, named because of a white pattern that he possessed from the back to the chest.
Oh.
So he had a nickname for this bear.
Wow, and he's going to get it.
bear.
He already wanted to bring this one down. So he goes, I'll do it for free.
do it.
Don't worry about it.
Unfortunately, as well as a bear-slaying badass, Yamamoto Hakichi was a big drinker and he had just pawned his gun to pay his debts and he was unable to help.
Oh no.
We'll give you a gun. No,
I'm good. So they were like, okay.
But this feels like if this is a movie, this is classic. You know, it's like Sean Connery at the start of A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. A reference we would all understand.
We all
Fantastic.
understand that.
You know,
Exactly
the grizzled,
like
you got to go find this legend. He's grizzled. He's retired. He doesn't do that
he doesn't
shit
do that
anymore.
Yeah, like Sean Connery at the start of The Rock.
Yeah. Sean Connery probably in the
He does it in every film.
It was Old Man Bond. Did he do that?
Yeah. Never say never again. Well, he's back.
That. Just killing squirrels in a
And
park.
you are exactly right. That is this guy's path as well. Oh, I'd love to help, man, but I'm hungover. Go find someone else.
Yeah,
you can imagine
yeah.
like Nicolas Cage is playing these roles now.
Yeah,
as well.
that is like such a movie cliche. I
Yeah.
love that it's actually happened once in real
Yeah,
life.
like someone finds it.
Just one time.
Yeah,
That's
at
it.
least once.
A kid finds him drinking at a bar. Come on, mister, you're the only one who can help us.
Yeah.
Hey, kid.
That's not me anymore.
Yeah, I'm not that guy
changed,
anymore.
man.
That guy.
Yes, I'm not that
I
guy
haven't even
anymore.
got my Tom Sawyer sword.
I sold it for this bottle of bourbon. And you know, the bourbon, it's just finished. And he just would throw the bottle on the ground. Broken.
Something about the bourbon
Yeah.
is it never lets me
Yeah.
down.
Now beat it.
Yeah,
Beat it.
He's screaming.
So without their main man, on the following day, December 11, a group of men was formed to kill the bear. They decided to wait for it at the Miyouke farm, believing it would reappear, possibly to retrieve the bodies to eat. The men waited, but the bear did not show. The next day,
That's
the news...
disrespectful.
Come on, we had a date.
Come on.
Yeah.
bear
I mean,
didn't
you
show.
never agreed to it, but you never said no.
The next day, the news of the attacks had spread to the Hokkaido government office, and a crack team was put together to deal with the bear, consisting of police officers, snipers, and volunteers, most dreaded of all.
Hey, if it was a team of ducks, they'd call it a quack team.
That's really good.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
With the volunteers ducks.
Dave, answer the question.
I actually didn't come across any information saying yes or no.
Okay.
I'll also
there you
say
go.
I could shoot a duck.
Yeah?
Yep.
Bloody hell.
Just
They're pretty
impressed,
hard.
you guys.
They can
You
fly.
impressed
and
or not
stuff.
really? After this, you're just going to run out and I'll run with you. That's how you finish every podcast now. Run with a bear.
Just Google it now. Was anyone a duck?
Was anyone a duck? Because then you can use the joke,
No.
the quack team. Like I
Okay,
said
and we'll
before.
edit
Yeah.
that in
We'll edit that in.
post.
Yeah. Put that in post.
Okay.
Don't put it in now, but put it in post.
Quack team, yeah.
Not
Quack.
coming up.
If
It's interesting.
if
Bit
the
of check.
volunteers were big buffalo could call it a yak team.
I liked mine better, but I like that as well. Write both down, Siri, and we'll work out the best one after.
Let ChatGPT work out the best one.
What else you got?
If they were made up of boxes of barbecue shapes, it could be a snack team.
I really like mine the best. I'm going to be honest, I really
What
like mine the
about
best.
another type of biscuit? It was a Jats team.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
That's good. That's
A
good.
cracker team.
Oh, that's good.
If they all were turned around, there would be a back team.
And if they dropped their pants,
Back
it would be
face to it.
a crack team. Another crack, but different type of crack.
Okay.
That's a good one too. I like that one.
Yeah, no, I think we'll edit all
Let's
of
stick
that
with
out.
mine. Yeah.
No, we'll
Let's
edit
stick with my
out
first
Sammy's as well, because that was
No,
because there was no reference to duck, so
Right.
you know you were cheating.
You cheated in your game.
Yeah,
You bested me.
You can't do that.
You can't do
You
that.
can't do
cheat.
that. Okay,
Rules
you
are
can't
rules.
cheat. You
Give
can't
rules
just
for a
say,
reason.
because if they were ducks, jeez,
You can't say that.
We don't do that on this show.
I don't know what you do on your show, but we don't do that here.
We don't do that here.
So the crack / quack / yak team was given permission from the authorities to undertake the mission. And they're given like shoot to kill orders. Go after this thing. Sort it
yeah.
out. Save the people.
If they were the volunteers were pairs of trousers, they'd be the slack team.
Let's just stick with mine. Let's just stick
I know.
with mine.
You start at perfection
Yeah,
and then
you
you just
start
try
with
and
that. You
come
just
on.
can't
You
come
would
back.
sometimes you don't know it's perfect until you try a bunch out.
You try
and
next
go,
one
no,
this time
no,
and you go,
yeah,
no.
he nailed it.
Yeah,
First
okay.
go. What are the odds of that?
Anything
Yeah.
else is awful. News.com.au writes, it was decided that the bear would most probably try to retrieve the bodies of those it had killed, but there were no remains in the Miyouke family house. Therefore, a new plan was proposed to attempt to lure out the bear with the corpse of a victim. The plan was widely condemned, but it was decided that for the future of the village, it was the best plan. So they got one of the savage bodies and were just sort of leaving it there.
How
hoping that
awful. Bloody hell.
awful stuff.
Yeah.
The survivors were like, this is pretty gross.
Yeah,
but
it's
then
grim.
everyone, decided, I guess for our future safety, we've got to do it what we need to. So they put the plan into action with a 6-man sniper team waiting inside the house for the return of the bear. Should have had someone on the roof.
Always have someone on the roof.
Always have someone.
Always.
I'd almost have everyone on the roof.
Yeah.
Like
Don't
the
wait
roof
till
seal?
it comes inside.
You got a great shot at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so they're waiting. Suddenly, the bear appeared. But as
This
if
was
it knew
planned.
something was wrong,
It was
stopped.
late. You're late.
You're late. As if it knew something was wrong, it stopped and appeared to check before returning to the forest.
Interesting.
It didn't come back and the plan ended in failure. Then, as if to mock the people he was tormenting, it was discovered...
He stuck your tongue out.
Yeah. Up yours.
Up yours. Jog on.
Jog.
Jog on.
If someone was on the roof, a sniper
Could have got
Yeah.
it.
would have got it.
Would have got it.
You're right.
It
Always on the
stopped,
roof.
propped. It was there.
Yeah.
It did a little look like...
I agree with
huh?
Hmm.
Huh?
The bear was like, something doesn't feel right.
Although
doesn't
this
feel
house is
right.
made of straw, could it not support an
Oh,
adult?
maybe someone
Oh,
on
perhaps.
top with their gun.
Perhaps.
So it's going back into the forest. Then, as if to mock the people he was tormenting, it was discovered that the Ota family home, where the bear had first attacked and killed 2 people, had again been raided by the bear.
It's a smart bear.
Yeah,
Not your average bear.
Not your average bear.
because it knew
Like that.
the hunters were like waiting for it in another place. So the bear had gone back there and eaten the people's winter food stockpile, ransacked the house. Fortunately, no one was home. In fact, the bear had damaged at least 8 houses, but so far, no one could find it.
Matt. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Bear.
Bear who?
Bear bum.
Sammy, you can't say that.
No.
You can't say that.
We'll have to beep that.
I'm an edgelord.
Yeah, okay.
You say you're the bad boy of comedy, but I'm an edgelord myself. We've all got stuff going on, Matt.
So they can't find the bear.
Oh, why don't we nickname it the Clit? That's probably what Sam would call it. Can't find it. Yeah,
That's
that's
to the G spot.
That's Edge.
That's
now that's Edge. That's like the edge
Oh yeah, why don't you call it the
of a
clitoris?
sword. Of the sword.
The sword.
This, I think when AJ's finished editing this episode, there will be very little left.
We've been recording for 6 hours, so check your pod app Oh dear, we've cut out a bit.
Dave rarely looks annoyed by bad riffs, but we're getting to that point today.
I'm loving it.
He's loving it. He's having a great time. Dave's always having a good time.
Look at his face, Sammy.
Come on.
Look at it. Is he
He's always having a
selling
good
this?
time.
We had Quack Team. We had Jog On. I repeated that because I liked it so much.
That was a
Okay,
cool
well, they're both Sammys.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to edit
With the
anything. Sammy said.
bum. The bum stuff.
Oh, Bear Bum's pretty good.
Bear Bum was pretty good.
That was pretty offensive.
Okay.
That's very offensive.
I thought that
And then
was
what you came back
tasteless.
with, Matt? That was full on.
The clitoris thing. Full on.
Take a good look at yourself.
That was full on.
Yeah, it was full on.
So no one can find this bear. Love this line from Wiki. The police captain, Suga, motivated the men by cheering from the village outside. Yeah, go fight!
I'm feeling
good.
motivated from here.
Yeah, absolutely.
The militia vying for the destruction of the killer bear now numbered 60 armed men. Is that enough?
That's great. Yeah, double it.
Double
Always
it.
double it.
Think of a number, double it.
Think of double it. No, double it. Add 6. Always.
So 60.
60.
Got to that?
Was this your card?
Who's this your card? No.
Think of a number. 27. No, double
I didn't choose a
Now add
card.
6.
Damn it,
60.
I always get that wrong.
Yet they couldn't get to him. They couldn't find him. That night, a sniper thought he saw something in the shadows of the tree stumps on the opposite shore.
It's a squirrel. Shot in the head.
Receiving this information, Police Captain Suga thought it might be a man's shadow. When he spoke to it, however, he received no reply. Not sure if shadows usually reply to this guy.
What's going on here?
Hard for shadows to reply.
Hey, what are you up to? No response.
That's rude.
You there, Shadow.
This
I'm
shadow's
talking
up
to you.
itself.
This shadow's a prick.
Nah, come on.
Come on, Shadow.
So he was surprised when he got no response and he ordered the snipers to open fire. At that moment, the shadow, apparently that of the bear, disappeared into the forest.
That's why I didn't reply as well, because it's a bear.
Yeah, couldn't talk yet.
Probably doesn't speak
Couldn't talk
Japanese.
yet. Not that evolved.
It seemed that they were dealing with a cunning bear. These men knew they were in way over their heads. They knew they had only one hope. They had to get someone to come out of retirement. The old Sword of Sawyer himself, bear hunter extraordinaire,
Sword of Sawyer, but he doesn't do that anymore.
Yamamoto Haikichi.
Oh my god.
He doesn't do that anymore.
I'm not that guy anymore.
No, I'm not that guy. I've changed. I don't kill
Can't be
bears
the guy
anymore.
you need me to be. He decided to accept the challenge.
His wife left him because he was so obsessed with
that's
catching
right,
this bear.
exactly.
This one
This
bear.
bear cost me everything.
He's changing it. I can't go back.
He stepped up for his most dangerous mission yet. I'm not sure if they bought him his gun back after he sold it for booze. I don't know how he got a gun.
Doesn't need one because I've got my bare hands. Not bare hands. Matt, do you like that?
That's really
Yeah, I thought that was really
yeah,
good.
thank you.
David Laichtman, who wrote a thesis on these attacks in 2020, describes Haikichi and what made him different to the other bear hunters. This is a quote. His use of an ancient canine breed, his adherence to an elder cursorial tracking methodology, his clothing and tools connected him to centuries of what had been. So he was old school, but he got results,
He
goddammit.
always got results. Some people never change their ways. Like Grubsy. It's a reference from before the
Yeah,
podcast.
that's right. But
So,
sometimes
yeah.
you don't need to change your ways.
Sometimes you don't need to change your ways. Just do the same
Exactly.
thing every time.
Don't broke it if it ain't fixed.
Don't broke it if it ain't fixed. That's what we always
the
say.
other way around.
No, I like that one. Don't broke it if it ain't fixed.
I genuinely
Hey,
misspoke.
don't broke it if it ain't fixed.
Yeah. Something Dave said for a
Enough.
long
And that's
time.
why. That's why.
Enough said.
That's why Haikichi's the best.
You don't need to double break it.
Don't broke it if
broke
it
it
ain't
if it ain't
fixed.
fixed.
Come
Okay.
on,
I mean, it's already
guys.
broken.
Yeah.
It's
Come on.
already broken.
Don't
Don't bother
kick him
fixing
out while
it.
he's down.
Stop wasting your energy on it.
Stop wasting your
It's already
energy on it. It's
broken. We already
broken.
busted
Don't
it.
fix. Don't fix.
Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid. All in the one place.
Oh my god. And when you say scaling your business, you don't mean Spider-Man style, do you? At first, I did picture someone outside a business like skyscraper, sort of with suction cup hands.
Sort of thwipping along.
Yeah.
They can probably do that too, but
Okay.
the main thing is helping you upscale.
Upscale. Got you. Upscale the side of the building.
That's right. Maybe.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to offer services and get paid all in one place.
It's your one-stop shop.
Yeah, I love that. From consultants to events and experiences, showcase your offerings with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business. Get paid. We're saying that a lot, but that's what this is all about. Cha-ching.
Exactly.
Get paid on time with professional on-brand invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
More cha-ching. Let's talk cutting-edge design tools because...
Thanks. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Thank yes and thank you.
Thank you. Because Squarespace has a full collection of those, and anyone can build a bespoke online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business. You start with Blueprint AI, Squarespace's AI-enhanced website builder, to get a fully custom website in just a few steps. Using basic information about your industry, your goals, and personality, Squarespace will generate premium quality content and personalized design recommendations. Squarespace also offers a complete library of professionally designed and award-winning website templates with options for every use and category. It's easy and intuitive, no experience required.
Oh my God, that's so good. I have none.
Well, don't worry, you've come to the right place.
That works out really well. But I don't have any intuition either.
Well, we'll give you that and we'll help you upscale.
Head to squarespace.com/do-go-on for a free trial and save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Squarespace.com/do-go-on.
So he's in. Hakichi's in. They've got their main man. It was discovered that the last place where the bear had been spotted before disappearing into the forest, there was some blood. The snipers had evidently done better than expected. One of them had hit the bear. Kesagake, which is the nickname of the bear, was wounded, and with a snowstorm threatening to erupt at any moment and obscure the tracks he'd left, it was decided that now was the perfect time to close in.
This is like that. What's that film, the Leonardo DiCaprio one where he's fighting a bear?
The Revenant.
Titanic?
Yeah, it's like Revenant. Is this going to be like Revenant?
Yeah. It's one man, it's one bear.
Versus bear. Man versus bear. Bear Grylls. He's out there. He's looking for things.
Oh.
He's drinking his own piss.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to.
But that's why
Lives
they
in a
can't.
house.
That's why they can't catch up with him. It's Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls. Never fight Bear Grylls.
His
Don't fight him with his own
show
turf.
was called Man vs. Bear.
Yeah.
And that's where...
Oh, Man vs. Wild, wasn't it?
It was
Or
Man
wasn't
vs.
it?
Wild.
Yeah.
Man vs. Bear is so good. It's just a man fighting Bear Grylls.
Man versus food. That's a man fighting food.
That's a man, man
fighting
versus
food.
bear. That's a man trying to eat Bear Grylls.
Trying to eat Bear Grylls. Man versus Bear. It was Hannibal Lecter versus Bear Grylls.
That'd be
Now that's a show.
Now that's a show.
Now that's a show.
Now that's a
Write
show.
that down. That's a podcast. Write it down.
Write it down.
So
Run and tell it. Run and tell it.
Hakichi chose not to work with a big group of hunters who had failed to find the bear, and instead worked. I wish I could say alone because that sounds even more badass. But with only one
He would
other
never
guy.
work with a partner.
Yeah.
That'll be a whole scene in the film.
Yeah.
I don't need a partner.
I don't need a partner. I'm not here to babysit.
Yeah.
He worked with a guide called Akita Kamahiro.
Oh,
And with-
hero by name.
Kamahiro. And with only two, they were able to move and track much more nimbly than with the group, the bumbling group of 60 that
Yeah,
couldn't
there's too
find
many.
it.
I want to go back to 30.
Yeah.
I changed my ways.
Cullen.
I'm bringing it down to 2.
Cull.
I'm taking these 2. You can have 30 of
I'll have
any
30.
30 you like of the 60.
We'll go on foot. We'll go on the roof.
I'm taking these 2.
So Yamamoto Hakichi was familiar with this bear's behavior and was able to track him, spotting the bear resting near a Japanese oak tree. Approaching to within 20 meters of the bear, he opened twice.
You know, in Japan, they just call it an oak tree.
Huh.
And I should have said he opened fire twice. He opens twice.
I
opened
I missed it. Was he carrying a couple of jars?
Yeah,
He opened twice. He opened fire twice on the bear. And sadly, all good things, and yes, also some terrible things, must come to an end.
Whoa, he just did it straight away.
And his first shot hit the bear's heart, the second hit its head.
That is
Then he
ridiculous.
So-
shot a squirrel in the
We've
back
had
for fun.
60 people couldn't do it, and he goes, there it is, pff, it's over. Fatally wounded the animal.
Wow.
I'm afraid to say, for the bear's sake, the bear's gone.
I mean, of course, there's no, it's not
Wild
the bear's
animal.
fault. It's one of those sad
yes.
things. Beautiful big animals.
Beautiful big animal.
You know,
Sexy.
if it was a squirrel creating havoc, happy for him to be killed.
Yeah.
But a big, beautiful animal, now
Sexy.
it is
Matt's
sad.
obsessed with this bear. Matt
Yeah.
finds it sexy.
What a grim story.
Yeah,
but
it
that
is a
is
grim
quite
story.
an amazing, just so efficient. And
It's
Yeah,
so
he
wild
got
that
it.
it took that many attempts as well and so many injured people.
And it kept coming back. It killed so
it
many
was
people.
taunting them.
And they just had to give him a gun the first time they spoke to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he said, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
The
In my
bear,
torn sword. Give him a Tom Sawyer sword.
Soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
And then, like, in that first scene, there would have been like two kids and one would have said to the other, "Come along, Joey. This guy ain't who I thought he was."
Yeah.
It ain't him. It ain't him anymore.
So the bear now killed was found to be massive. According to The Guardian, it was 8.85 feet, 270 centimeters tall, weighed in 750 pounds or 340 kilos. An autopsy was performed, and parts of his human victims were found in his stomach, proving that this was definitely the bear that had terrorized the village and just killed a bear.
I don't know if they just did an autopsy or if they had to do an orbotomy as well.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, they really abbreviate it, don't they?
Yeah, in this autopsy-turvy world... Sorry, that was a bad high five. Thank you.
I don't know if you usually high five on the podcast.
We always do.
It's a fun thing to do.
I'm glad we finally got to one there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I had to get it before the end.
Yeah.
In total, 7 people were killed, making it the most deadly animal
Holy
attack
hell.
in the history of Japan.
Oh my God.
Some people started to think that the bear was a yokai, which are a class of supernatural entities and spirits in Japanese folklore. Because there are bear attacks, but they don't usually keep coming back and keep terrorizing and outsmarting humans.
Yeah.
So they're like, this bear's, on another level. It's rumored that as retribution, the villagers dismantled, boiled, and ate the body of the bear as revenge for the victims who had been devoured. Soon after the bear was killed, a huge storm hit the area, which the locals called the Brown Bear Storm.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I had revenge with a Hungry Jack's burger the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Severe revenge.
Took it out?
Yeah, took it out.
No survivors?
No survivors. I took no prisoners.
And what about our Sword of Sawyer, the hero of the piece, Haikichi? Well, the mayor of Sankibetsu, a guy called Yosakichi Okawa, tried to hand him money collected from the villagers. He got angry and fired his gun into the roof, saying, "I don't want your money."
That's a weird response.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
I think you could say those words without shooting a gun.
Yeah. Also, think about how much alcohol he could have bought with that.
Yeah, that's
Just got
right.
lots of-
I wonder
your
if he accidentally shot the gun and then he had to cover it up by saying, "I don't want your money."
I don't want your money.
And
Yeah,
he's
you
like,
just shouted
"Shit,
it.
I really wanted that money.
I really wanted that
Damn
money.
I needed that
I
cash."
can't get away with this anymore.
Yeah, that was a bad instinct. He could have covered up by going, "Yeah, that makes me so excited."
Woo, that's how I celebrate.
Yeah, I'd love that money.
Just fire it up like 6 times.
Yeah, you got to just keep firing.
Keep firing.
Let's have I guess we got to do more. 6 gunshot salute for the victims. Oh, there was 7. Okay, give me another. Give me a gun. Give me a gun. Give me 7. Soon after the tragedy of the attacks, many locals abandoned the village and the area, and it became somewhat of a ghost town for a long time. I do have some good news, however. Yayo, who was cooking at the time of the attack and received head wounds, made a full recovery.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
So there were many survivors. But it wasn't over. Not for everyone. At the time of the attacks, a man called Okawa Hariyoshi was 6 years old, and he was the son of the village mayor that I mentioned before. And as a 6-year-old, he swore an oath to kill 10 bears for every victim of the attack.
Oh,
It's a weird oath.
that is, yeah. So all the bears that had nothing to do with it,
He's going to get him.
He's going to get him. Don't worry about it. I'll get him.
eye for an eye sort of
Yeah,
justice.
you know what that bear did, and they're like, I don't even know what
Yeah, I
that
don't think you
What?
should do that. So
We
I'll
are pretty
get him.
solitary animals.
Yeah.
We come together to mate and then we go our separate ways. I don't know who you're talking about. He actually received mentoring by the Jason Statham guy, Haikichi. And by the time he reached the age of 62, he'd killed 102 bears.
Holy hell.
So he killed way more than...
You've overshot it, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah. You didn't need to do that.
killed too many.
It's like when you get too many laughs in a show.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa.
Overdid it. Whoa, come on, settle down for a second. Just let me get
Sometimes I
a
got to
breath
finish the show half an hour early because I've hit the laugh
in. Keep
quota.
my quota.
Yeah.
I got 10. Got 10 laughs in an hour. Got my 10.
Yeah, go on,
Don't worry
10.
about it.
Sometimes, yeah, if I get 10 in the first 45,
I'm out.
First half hour. Yeah.
First up, I get 10.
Have you got
What's that?
9 in the first 5 minutes and then you're
Yeah.
just like, well, I've got to drag this out.
I gotta
Yeah.
try this out now. I got too many.
Yeah. One laugh every 6 minutes, I think is about right.
You want to say laugh a minute, and you're like, that is such a long time for one laugh.
Yeah.
Like 1 laugh per minute of a show. I laugh 60 times.
In the Rokuzensawa district where the attack occurred, there is now a shrine which has the incredibly catchy English translation as Sankebetsu Brown Bear Incident Reconstruction Location.
Oh, that is good.
The shrine, located in a small clearing near the Sankebetsu River, includes a restored house typical of the area and a signboard explaining the incident. There's also a large statue of a brown bear outside the house. I found a few articles and blog posts of people documenting their visit to the shrine. One titled, "Site of the worst bear attack in Japanese history is a chilling place to visit." And online reviews for the reconstructed site include comments like, "I couldn't visit it alone. It's too creepy," and "I was too scared to leave the car." So if you want to go to a spooky place, this is...
Yeah, didn't even get out of the car.
Sora News 24 news website writes, "These comments aren't exaggerating things, as the official website for the town even warns visitors that it's not well lit, even in the daytime. There's no mobile phone service in the area, and brown bears may appear. It says, please refrain from visiting at night because it's dangerous."
That scares you. That spooks you.
And the photos I've seen, it does look like a fairly bad Madame Tussauds exhibit of a bear breaking through a straw wall and figures of some people looking freaked out. But I guess if you're thinking that a real bear could appear at any moment in a remote location,
even in Madame Tussauds, I'd be very scared.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that's the scariest place on
You're
earth.
in London, Madame Tussauds.
Oh my gosh, you got Prince William standing next to Mother Teresa. What's going on here? This is weird.
I think like an uncanny valley, like bad Madame Tussauds is way spookier
than
than
the real thing.
an accurate looking. Not than the real thing. I think a real bear would be scarier.
Sorry, I was thinking of the real Mother Teresa.
And a wax figure.
A wax figure is scarier than the real Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But did I mention you have to get there by driving on Bear Road?
No, not a bear road.
As in unsealed, or as in that's the name of it?
No, that's the name of it.
Also known
But
as
it might be
Bear
unsealed
Road.
as well.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So maybe you would freak out.
Jesus.
The story of the Sankebetsu brown bear attacks is still famous and fascinates people, especially in Japan, as the incident went on to inspire novels, manga, documentaries, plays, and the 1990 film Yellow Fangs, directed by Sonny Chiba. Real bears were used in many scenes. In order to create a tense scene where they confront the bear, the actors were filmed inside of a cage made of 2 layers of 20mm thick bulletproof glass that could get right up close to the bear.
Yeah, oh my God.
And this film currently sits 6.2 on IMDb, so not bad.
Not bad, 6.2, that's a pass.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, how's the interview artist tracking on there?
It's got a 6.3.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So,
Even better.
It's up there.
So don't waste your time with Yellow Fangs.
Yeah.
Watch an old Channel 31 show that's not available on anything anymore. But make sure you watch it.
Check it out.
Always
I'm
subscribe.
pretty sure.
Like, comment, subscribe.
I think the underground scene probably
they know
passes it
about
around
it,
still.
The underground community TV scene. It's huge.
And despite this story taking place over a century ago, it is still frequently referenced in the Japanese media as bear attacks appear to be on the rise in Japan. In 2016, bear sightings increased and people in the northern part of the country were warned to stay away from mountain forests after 4 people were killed in a spate of bear attacks. And it was back in the news in mid-2024, Japan recorded 219 bear attacks on people in the 12 months leading up to March of that year, including 6 fatalities.
Oh my God.
So they still have to be very careful out there. That's the highest number of incidents and records since, and sightings since records began in 2006.
It's like all these stories make me think, Australia has this reputation for some reason of being really dangerous.
Really dangerous
wildlife.
place, yeah.
I never feel unsafe camping anywhere.
No.
I never think
have a bear.
about man-eaters coming to get you at any point. Spiders and snakes and stuff, but you're bigger than them.
Yeah, you're bigger. You can get them. But not a bear. That's terrifying.
Yeah, oh my God. You Arsies, you got so many little creepy crawlers, spiders.
Yeah.
They're not going to get in.
They're not going to get in
I'd
here.
shoot them if they did.
And like saltwater crocodiles are pretty scary, but I'm not
camping right near one.
Yeah, not camping on the on the Northern Territory rivers.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, and you shouldn't.
No, actually.
That's a no.
That goes for everyone.
Just to finish, because we don't have bears in Australia, I often wondered if the rhyme I said at the start of the report, if it's brown, lie down, if it's black, fight back. Have you heard that before?
No, I haven't. I like it though.
It's yellow.
It's yellow, let it mellow.
Let it mellow. If it's tangy and brown, you're inside of town.
Now,
Clear and yellow, you got juice there, fella. So to finish, I looked it up, and according to the US National Park Service, here's what to do in the event of a bear attack, which is very useful information for us.
Yep, of course.
It says you got to be careful to make sure if a bear's coming at you.
Look it right in the eye.
Whether it's a bluff charge or an aggressive charge. Now, a bluff charge, that's meant to scare or intimidate and are more common than aggressive charges. The bear will pull itself up to look bigger and it will bound on its paws towards you, but then stop, short, or veer off to one side. Often bears retreat after a bluff charge or they may vocalize loudly. So if that's happening, you sort of let it go.
What do you mean by let it go?
So
you have to be more specific.
Let it go.
Do you run or do you
walk
stay?
away.
I'll read the
go.
quote. I shouldn't be riffing this bit. Okay. If you see a bluff charge is about to happen, slowly back away while waving your arms above your head and speak to the bear in a calm voice. When the bear
like you're
charges you,
arrested.
Hey there, fella. Hey.
hey,
there, fella.
brother.
Hey, brother.
Hey, what's going on,
Hey,
brother?
good to see you,
What's
brother.
going on,
Thanks for having
brother?
me, brother. I'm going to back off now, brother.
When the bear charges you, hold your ground and stay calm. After the bear charges, slowly retreat while keeping an eye on the bear. Let the bear know that you're human and that you aren't a threat.
So
like,
then they understand that?
yeah, like,
Say,
well,
hey, I'm only human.
only
we all
human.
make mistakes.
I'll make mistakes. Sorry, Bear. I didn't mean to cross you like this.
and now here's a song from the Human League. Continuing to speak in a calm voice and make it clear that you are a human. That's what it says here.
Make it clear.
You're not a threat. Do not run during a bluff charge. It may trigger the bear to attack. Stand your ground. Be ready for the bear to make contact in case the charge is not a bluff charge, in case they're bluffing
Right.
about
okay.
the bluff.
Yeah.
And how do you ready yourself for something like that?
You have to really understand the bear. You have to know the bear to know
does
when
say-
it bluffs.
Know how to protect and defend yourself in case the bear turns aggressive. Brilliant.
Punch to the guts?
Yeah.
No,
One swift punch to the guts.
Here's
Kick him in the nuts.
Here's what to do if it's an aggressive charge. It says aggressive charges are very dangerous. Bears may yawn or clack their teeth and pound their front paws on the ground whilst huffing. These are warning signs. These behaviors indicate that a bear is stressed and it may be getting ready to charge. It will have its head down and ears pointed back, and the bear will come at you like a freight train. Be prepared to protect and defend yourself. And this is the difference. Here we get to the rhyme bit. If a black bear charges and attacks you, this is in capital letters, fight back with everything you have.
Okay.
It says,
Punch to the gut.
do not
Yeah.
play dead, direct punches and kicks at the bear's face, and use any weapons like rocks, branches, or bear spray to defend yourself.
Bear spray. Is that a bat spray?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
From
It's
your
the
bear,
bigger-
your Batman tool belt.
Yeah.
It's a cologne
Like
that bears.
utility belt.
Yeah.
It's a nice one, actually.
Yeah. If it's you got to
like the
get the
boss.
right one. So you got to have a Lynx Africa bear spray.
I always do, you know that.
If it's a lady bear, that'll really settle them down, rev them up in different ways.
No, it'll rev them up.
And for the other way, I can't think of a single perfume that is a cliched one for women.
Probably like a.
Is that one
probably
called
a
like girlfriend
very,
or something?
Yeah, probably like a girlfriend. Or something like Fearless by Gina Liano.
Oh yeah. Okay, jeez,
That's good stuff.
you were good.
I know,
Edit
great
out the
gift
bit in
ideas.
between.
If you
And-
want good gift ideas, let me know.
Yeah.
Always Fearless by Gina Liano, one of the Real Housewives of Melbourne.
Okay.
Yeah. She had a Chemist Warehouse discount chemist.
Bloody hell!
Yeah, Australia.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's really good.
So that's the black bear. Fight back with everything you have.
Always.
If a grizzly or brown bear charges and attacks you, this is in capitals, play dead.
Oh.
Do not fight back. Cover your neck and head with your hands and arms. Lay flat on your stomach and spread your legs apart. Keep your pack on. It will help protect you during an attack. If you don't have a pack, I don't know what you do. Stay still and don't make any noise. You're trying to convince the bear that you aren't a threat to it or its cubs. Do not get up right away because the bear may still be in the area. Wait several minutes until you are sure the bear is gone.
Oh my god!
Fighting back during an attack from a grizzly or brown bear will usually worsen the attack, but if the attack persists, then fight back with everything you have. I'm not sure at what moment you call that.
Yeah,
Just fight back.
I imagine it's got to be around the time that your injuries are fatal.
Yeah.
I'm about to die.
How long would that even take? It feels like they would.
Possibly seconds.
Yeah.
Probably seconds.
Probably seconds, let's just say that.
This is scary. They add on the website. Do not try to climb a tree. You cannot outrun or outclimb a bear.
Of any color.
No.
Not even a gummy.
Okay.
Oh, no,
Maybe a gummy. Maybe a gummy.
Okay, that's good to know.
So I was
Because
feeling
instinctively, I think that I can understand why people might do that.
just run away.
Run up and try and climb a tree.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, they don't,
yeah,
do they
absolutely.
look
You think
like
a bear
they-
couldn't go. Yeah.
I don't think of
Couldn't
them
get
as
me.
big
Not up there.
tree
I think you're a
climbers.
squirrel.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
way quicker than you and they'll just pull you down. And I was thinking, okay, that's good information.
Yeah, it's great
If it's brown,
information.
if it's black.
Yeah.
But to add another spanner in the works, telling the difference between a black and a brown bear is way more complicated than it sounds because they're not always exclusively brown or exclusively
Yeah,
black.
right. Quite hard in the moment as well to get your colour
when you're
palette out.
panicking. Yeah. Hang on. Grizzly or brown bears often have a shoulder hump, whereas black bears do not. That's a big giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
They also have a slightly different face profiles and ear shapes. And grizzlies also have way longer claws, but I guess by the time you've seen that, it could be too late to make the choice.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bear, could I just get you in profile for a second?
Can you just do a quick
Can
spin
I measure
for
your
me?
ears?
Quick spin for me.
Are there many areas where black bears and brown bears exists? Like you're hiking?
In North America, apparently, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
So don't hike in North America.
Which is why...
Never do that.
Which is why I decided to take the Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks Bear Identification Test.
Ooh.
Because it's illegal in Montana to harm, harass or kill grizzly bears, except in the case of self-defense or the defense of others.
Harass them.
What about you just saying something nasty to them?
I think I learnt that from Yellowstone. That happened in Yellowstone.
They harassed a bear?
They killed a bear.
Oh.
And then the animal cops came and they...
Not the animal cops.
Yeah. They were like, hang on.
They're cops that are actual animals.
Was this self-defense? And yeah.
They said he had a gun.
He had a gun. Had to shoot. Had to pull the trigger, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It was him or me.
Had no choice. It was him or me.
So there's a genuine test, the Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks Bear Identification Test. They show you photos of bears and you have to say if it's a black bear or a grizzly.
Yep.
It says stuff like, this is a large Montana bear. Take your time to identify this bear and remember, don't shoot unless you are absolutely sure it's not a grizzly bear. Is this a black bear? And they show you about 20 of them. You need an 80% success rate to pass. And I'm happy to say, congratulations. It said you passed the bear identification test, received a score of 93.3%.
Oh.
They even sent me a certificate, which I will print and post this week. And I'll link to it in the show notes if you want to have a go.
I want to have a go.
Does that mean...
Here it is. This is my proof.
This is great.
So are you...
Congratulations, Tate. That's huge.
What does that get you? That get you a gun license?
Yeah.
I think
you get to have a gun.
Will help you if you were going to go hunting in the area.
Yes.
It did ask me to type in some sort of number that I don't have.
Okay.
Because I am not in the area or going hunting.
You don't want to go hunting for a bear.
But I did have to put in a US postcode, so of course I put in 90210.
Yeah, that's
always
still my go-to.
Always. But 93.3.
The data would be so skewed from internationals.
Just so many
outside of America, 90210, just everything. Jeez, I don't know how many people live in this.
A lot of people doing bear tests.
But, 93.3. I was
Dave, that's huge.
I was really stoked with that.
Congratulations.
Because at first they're quite difficult to tell apart, but then you get the gist.
You get the idea.
You understand the face profile.
Yeah,
Right.
you get it.
The hump, the ears.
Do any of the photos, are any of them videos where it's rushing at you? Like where it would actually...
Yeah, it'd be actually good to know if it was rushing at you and you can... It's like a 4D experience.
Yeah.
You can feel the claws coming at you.
Like you're seconds away from being slashed.
Yeah. Or it should just flash on the screen for 3 seconds or something.
Yeah.
No, it's like this.
Well, that's brown.
Yeah, that's easier.
That's so brown.
Yeah, that's brown. But
one of the brownest
sometimes
it's a Kodiak.
sometimes
look at that
they're
hump.
like, the hump. That's see, he gets it. He was listening.
Gets the hump. Yeah.
But you can see the cub there. It's got a black cub.
Oh,
What the
adopted.
Maybe adopted.
But yeah,
Mixed bear family.
and it says, "Are these black bears?" And I would say, "No, got to get pretty early to catch me out." So basically, that's the end of the report.
I love that, David. I thought that was wonderful.
I loved it, David, as well.
So obviously, a harrowing tale. Very violent. A lot of innocent people were killed by the bear. And then the bear itself was killed. So I'm afraid there's no really nice happy ending, except the fact that I got 93.3%.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's actually really cool.
Do you think,
I'd get that.
The bear is innocent?
To proven guilty, yeah.
I think that they had to take care of the bear because it was just going to keep coming back.
I
Unfortunately,
think so.
as society spread into that part of the world, the
Yeah.
bears were probably there first in many
was
ways.
it guilty?
Yes, it was guilty. It killed seven
guilty,
people.
it killed 7 people.
And
Did
it killed
they have a
before and
trial?
it would kill again.
Yeah.
They didn't have a full trial.
Oh, yeah, I think... No, I agree. It probably... Especially back then, maybe now they'd be able to do something else. I don't know. But, like, trap it and...
Yeah, I
send it
think
off the road.
it's still a problem, like I said, in Japan, but they do have things like electric fences are put up
Yeah, sure.
to keep them out of certain areas.
And
But
they
I
put
think
people
there
on
are
roofs
still
now.
people who, I think they're volunteers. I don't think they get paid. I saw an article of one guy who had been attacked in the 90s. He lost an eye. He's got this scarring on his face that you can still clearly see, and he's dedicated his life to culling bears that are too close to society. And he says, look, I've got no problem with the bears living where they are, but I know firsthand that they can be quite dangerous. And he's called for like we have in Australia, because this is an ABC Australia article, like we've got national park rangers.
Yeah.
In his part of the world in Japan, they don't have those. And he was saying, I think this should be
Yeah,
more
definitely.
of a professional thing. It shouldn't be up to me to volunteer. So
I don't want to protect people for the good of
but
it.
also, I will say climate change is also leading to bears needing to have less food, natural food sources. So that's why they're coming into contact with society as well. So we are also to blame, as we always are.
Partly to blame.
You're not talking. Are you? You're
talking
fallen
to us
for
right
that. Are you part of the mind virus?
Sorry, the mind virus. Mind virus is to blame.
Wow, amazing story. Knew nothing of it, Dave. Thanks so much for bringing that to us today.
And congratulations again about that huge score. That was actually
Thank
incredible.
you so much, honestly, because it doesn't tell you how you're going at the time. It's only at the end that you find out if you pass.
Huge,
you know?
yeah.
Dave, be
It's a
honest.
driver's license.
If you did badly, would you have brought the results into the podcast?
I reckon it would have had to be humorously badly, yeah.
yeah.
But it was like 78.
Just me in the middle. No way.
Yeah, it's a
It
bit of
was
fun.
69.
It's a bit of fun. And also the fact that it's, it's got the Montana Bear logo on there.
Oh yeah.
Like this is going on my LinkedIn. When I get a LinkedIn.
When you do get a LinkedIn.
The Big Sky State,
Get a link tray.
The Big Sky State.
which I think is one of the great
That's awesome.
state mottos or whatever that is. Yeah, that's just my opinion.
That's my opinion.
Again,
Don't hold me to it. That's just my opinion.
Great work, Dave. Should we?
The official state animal of Montana is a grizzly bear. That's fitting.
Oh, that is fitting.
That's
I love
fitting.
that.
Yeah, and you got to respect that. Your official emblems, you don't kill them.
Melbourne is a Rialto Tower. I believe.
Yes,
Yeah.
Victoria has two faunal emblems: the helmeted honeyeater and the leadbeater's possum.
Is that right?
Yeah, learnt that in primary school.
You learn a lot in
Hopefully-
Japanese.
Hopefully, it's still true.
And Montana's unofficial nickname and its unofficial slogan is the last best place.
The last
great.
best place.
Bit of fun.
Oh, brilliant stuff.
Victoria's on the
I really
move
wanna
or the
go.
Garden State.
Huey Lewis has property there, I believe.
Really?
Let's visit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was going to see Huey Lewis.
and his Montana Ranch, reckon?
Yeah, I
Should we
reckon.
drop him a line?
Yeah, we'll drop him a line.
Hey, Huey, we got the news. We're coming over. Do you think
Just
he'd
heard
love
the
that?
news.
Do you
Yeah,
think
he'd love that. He'd never heard that before. He'd love that. Love that.
All right,
Then we'll pause here
We're going to
then.
let everyone in on a little secret here. We're going to have a quick break for a tart.
We'll be back after these tarts.
All right, we're back.
We're
and
back from the tarts.
We are full of tart.
We are full of tart. And Sammy P loved his tart so much, he lives there now.
Yeah, he decided to marry his tarts.
Yeah.
No, he had to go. He had to go. He said we weren't meant to say, but he is still eating tarts.
He's still eating tarts. We had a sit down. That was the problem. And they just kept bringing them over.
And we have, we got another booking in after us. So we had to get back here and finish this episode.
We might go and pick him up on the way back.
Dave, what were your tarts?
I had a regular Portuguese tart,
Yes, I had one of those
straight
as well.
up. And then I had a pistachio.
Oh,
But my savoury to start with was the chorizo.
3 course of tarts.
Absolutely. And you had?
I had a mushroom tart, savoury. Had the classic. And I had a apple biscoff and walnut.
Oh my gosh, what a combo.
I feel like it's wild that we're allowed into an establishment that creates such dishes.
Yes.
Really feels very fancy. Love it. All while hearing trams rattling down Sydney Road.
My gosh.
Is there anything better than that?
There's nothing better. And it was so
a
great.
rattle and a tart.
Oh, a rattle tart.
A triptych of tarts.
And thank you again to the great man, Sammy Petersen, for joining us. If you want to go see him live at the Melbourne Comedy Festival, you've only got a few nights left. I've seen his show last year, and by the time you've heard this, I've seen it again because I love that show so much, called Why the Long Face, his first solo show ever.
Yes.
And go see him in Sydney and, of course, in Perth. We can do the double with Matt or Matt Bad Boy. Got a few nights to go.
Yeah, come see me, Bad Boy.
And by the time you're hearing this, I will have also seen that show because I'm seeing it tonight.
Oh my God.
And I loved it. I think. I've heard from other people that have seen all your shows, which I have as well. That's your best one yet. So I'll be bringing that baggage in with me tonight.
Yeah, bring that baggage. Bring that high pass mark in with
Really?
you.
His best one?
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Really?
I don't know if I trust their taste anymore. I thought it was dog shit. Which isn't to say that much worse than his others, but Hey, so this part of the show, we like to shout out some of our great supporters who support us at patreon.com/dogoonpod.
We love these people. Some of these people have been coming to see us live at the Comedy Festival as well.
Yes.
And thank you to those people.
I've met a chunk of patrons that's been so nice.
I've had a few British people come through.
Ah, yes.
A lovely couple who were just here in Sydney. Was it for a wedding or something they were here for? And then they were just travelling around Australia a little bit. They just happened to be here in the first week of my show, so that was so nice to have them along.
I wonder if they had a tart.
I hope they treated
I
them.
would love it at tart.
Oh, yeah.
English accent, whatever one that is so fun. Is that Londonish?
Yeah.
I'll have a tart. Well, it's pretty much Statham-y, isn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine Jason Statham eating a tart.
Jason Statham is the tart.
The tart master.
The tart master. I just wanted to sell my tarts on the street, but a man kept pushing them over. So then I got mad.
And then I got even.
Yeah, that's right. And it's like they didn't realize that he was like the biggest badass in the world. And
Yeah.
They just picked a fight with like a military veteran.
I'm just retired, trying to live in the quiet tart life. Which is pretty much that's all the movies he does now, maybe.
I love him.
Beekeeper, where he was, I'm just keeping the bees. And The Working Man, I'm just trying to work in construction.
I'm just trying to be a working man.
Just trying to be a working man 9 to 5. I like they called it working man. Like, we'll think of a job for him.
He'll do something.
Working title, working man.
Working
Great.
titled, employed. Somehow.
Yeah. Current employee. I can't do that anymore. I'm currently employed.
Oh, I'm up for employee of the month.
So anyway, yeah, great patron supporters.
Thank you so much.
Including that English couple who set us off on an absolute tear there.
What are you talking about?
I'm high on tart. Oh, and if you do ever go into the tart shop, Sweet Nada, you got to check it. The main tart man, I don't know what they're called, but like specifically, he's like a pastry chef, I guess, who like, you know, in medicine they go.
Oh, he's selling. Yeah, he's selling
specialist.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got a special set of skills, and he's got a fantastic mustache as well. But anyway,
and he wears an apron. It's very professional.
it's so good. Love his work. I wonder if I have no idea if this tart obsession will be a lifelong thing, or if I look back and go, remember 2025, the year of the tart? What a great year. You call it 2025, I call it 2020 tart. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
What's that mean? So, yeah, patreon.com/2gondpod. You can sign up on a bunch of different levels. There's all sorts of different things. Dave, you know some of these things.
Absolutely. You can get 4 bonus episodes a month, and counting. There's over 250 in the back catalogue to listen to straight away. Hear about live shows before anyone else. You get discounts to live shows. You get to be part of the beautiful Facebook group. You get to write into the show and the bit we're about to do. And also, very importantly, you get ad-free listening if you're on the bonus episode level or above.
That's right.
So if you don't like, having to hit that skip button, you'll never have to do it again unless you don't like the riffs about Jason Statham, because everyone gets those and you'll have to skip those anyway.
But some people, of course, like to hit the skip back button to hear the ads again.
Yeah, that's right.
Especially the ones that we read.
What was that sweet deal? What was that code? Rewind.
Yeah. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
So the first thing we like to do in this section of the show, we spend like half an hour or so shouting out and appreciating our great supporters who, without them, the show would not exist.
Absolutely.
So the first thing is for people on the Sydney Scheinberg Deluxe Memorial Edition level or above, they get to give us a fact quote or question in a section of the show we call Fact Quote or Question, which actually, I think now that I'm thinking about it, it has a jingle. I think it goes something like
Fact Quote or Question.
Ding. He always remembers the ding.
He's dinged his last ding.
Jason Statham is the ding dong man. They've stolen Big Ben. I was just trying to live a quiet life, keeping Big Ben clean and tidy.
And then you had to go and steal Big Ben.
Now they're in for big pain.
Yeah, and his name's Ben as well.
Yeah.
Well, you steal Big Ben, now you have to deal with Little Ben.
So, the Sydney Scheinberg level, give us a fact quote or question. I'll read out your name, then I'll read out the title you've given yourself, and then your fact quote or question, etc. Here we go. I don't read them till I read them. We're doing 4 this week. We've got one from Sophie Skilling, whose title is Ashamed. And Sophie isn't going to fact quote or question because you can do whatever you like now. Sophie's offering a joke. Are you ready for this?
Hit me up. Are you
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, perform it.
Maybe I'd Statham it?
Jason Statham is a stand-up comedian.
Hey, what else been going on? Thanks for coming in, everybody. All right. Hey, when is Andy Murray's bedtime?
Oh, I don't know. When is Andy Murray's bedtime?
10-ish.
That's great. Jason, you've killed.
Sophie Skill.
I got to thank my writer there, Sophie Skilling. She's got a specific set of skillings.
That's a different actor, but still.
It's something.
Thank you so much, Sophie. That was really good.
That's funny.
I believe Dave really did enjoy that.
I really did.
No shame required. Next one comes from Jordan, a.k.a. The Dave, in brackets, like in the Do Go On D&D podcast, available now to Do Go On patrons, close bracket.
That's right. In the latest season of Do Go D&D or Do Go, whatever we call that show, which is monthly on Patreon, I got a little guy that runs around with me called The Dave, who looks exactly like me, but with a much better beard and a six-pack.
And yeah, you in that show aren't you.
I'm not me.
You're a goblin or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I'm Terry Sharpner.
I'm Terry Sharp.
Yeah, I was thinking of Jason when I named him.
I work in the sharpening factory.
Looks like your pencil's just gone blunt.
As he puts it through his eye.
Yeah.
So Jordan is offering us something. I don't think we've had just a something before. Writing, so I give people weird nicknames pretty often because I think the usual shortening of them of the name is boring. There's 4 main ones. My little brother is called Joel. I call him Jim. I have a co-worker named Jacob, whom I call Cobb. That's really good.
Cobb. Yeah, you hear a lot of Jakes, but Cobb's great.
Cobb's sick. I love that. My girlfriend's name is Destiny. I call her Tony.
Destiny.
My friend Tiff has become Tim. Do y'all ever give weird nicknames to people, or is it just me? Jordan, what a beautiful question.
A beautiful question.
Beautiful question. Dave gave himself the nickname Cobra.
Yeah, that's right. Weird. And it's actually taking off.
I got a friend called Edith. I call her Death. That's sort of in a similar vibe.
Oh, that's cool.
And sometimes call her Life, as like an ironic twist on it.
That's really good. You got to take those second steps sometimes.
Yeah.
People with nicknames.
I think there was it on this show. I was talking about it recently. It's not a nickname I gave, but he goes by. His name's Adam, but he goes by Big Deal because he ordered the KFC Big Deal one time.
The Big Deal.
Or maybe I've ordered it a few times.
That is so good. Big Deal.
I'm the Big Deal.
And he pushed for that?
I can't remember, but
so
it definitely took off.
I'm the Big Deal.
Big Deal.
How's it going, Big Deal?
I'm drawing a blank right now on people with nicknames.
What about Bop?
Of course, Bop. And she chose that herself as well.
Yes, she did.
She forced us.
But somehow that worked.
It just really works, though. Bop. Yeah, I like taking the second half, like if I was Vid instead of Dave from David.
Yeah, that is fun. Video. Betamax, Max. Max Powers, Power, Dr. Power, Dr. The Doc, Syringe.
The Doc's good.
Pointer.
Okay, yeah, Pointer.
The Jabba the Hutt, Pizza Hut, Pizza Pepperoni, Pepper.
This is amazing to watch.
Pepper, Grinder Man, Nick Cave, Warren Ellis, violinist, the Dirty Three, Tripper, Triptych, Tripper, the Tripster, Trippy.
He just doesn't know when to stop. Oh, am I a Tripper?
Tripper, I think, yeah, maybe Tripper.
And why do they call you Tripper? Well, it's a long story, actually. What about, okay, and your one would be Thew instead of Matt.
Yeah, actually, when I was a kid, I used to get, for a little while, I had tennis coaching on a Saturday morning, and the guy called me Huey. Took the back end of Matthew. Huey.
That's great. More people need to do that.
Yeah, I liked Huey. It's the unused letters from Matt as well.
Yeah.
Matt and Hugh. So I'm happy to go by Huey.
Oh, please
Huey Stewie. Hugh Stew.
Bring it back, Huey.
I think that's good stuff. Yes. Anyway, Jordan. So I guess we call Jordan Dan. Jordan's such a more fun name than Dan, though. I think Dan, Daniel, Yule, Yuletide, Christmas, Chrissy. Christmas roast, family lunch, lunchy, luncheon, Chonny, Tron. Trono. Jordan's Trono.
Got any Trono?
I wonder if we've just come across an idea for our game today. The next one comes from Matthew Whittingham, aka Book Cheap Blue Ranger. I met Matthew at my Brisbane run. He wore a shirt that said, I'm single because of Matt Stewart. And it was because he got tickets to my show instead of going to a Valentine's Day speed dating that he was meant to be going to.
Oops. God, you could have met the love of your life there.
But I think he ended up meeting someone the night of my show. So I feel like he
That's
needs
incredible.
to put a text mark through it. Say,
yeah.
I'm dating because of Matt Stewart.
That's beautiful.
And then if you do that, I think I could start selling that merch.
Yeah. I mean, you could have both varieties, one in blue, one in red.
Yes, that's true.
Are you single or are you dating because of my podcast? 2 options.
And only 2.
Yeah.
So Matthew's called himself Book Cheap Blue Ranger and offering a fact. Writing, the first episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers premiered on August the 28th, 1993. About 2.5 months after the release of Jurassic Park in the United States. This undoubtedly contributed to the series' success as kids everywhere were hooked by dinosaur fever, and all of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers were based on dinosaurs, except for the Green Ranger, who was based on a dragon, but he came later. I didn't know that.
My favourite is the green one.
They're all based on dinosaurs.
Well, they all had like on their chest a little symbol, like a
Yeah,
T-Rex.
that's right.
There was like a pterodactyl. Not sure that's technically a dinosaur. Like one was a stegosaurus.
I think we thought they were back then.
Yeah.
Back in 93.
Yeah.
We didn't know. Now, yeah, it's so weird that they're not dinosaurs. But
What the heck?
because dinosaur in itself doesn't mean what they are, really. It's like a bad name, isn't it? It's like terrifying lizard or something.
Yeah.
And they're not lizards. Anyway, he goes on to say, the initial team are all based on dinosaurs. Well, the yellow and black rangers used to be saber-toothed tiger and a mastodon, respectively.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yes.
Which were prehistoric mammals, and the pink ranger was a pterodactyl, which falls under the genus of Ceratosaur. PT, does that make an S? No, T. It's like pterodactyl. Freaking hell. How good am I going? Pterosaur. But apart from those 4, all 6 of the original Power Rangers were based on dinosaurs. That is a fun little roller coaster you've taken us on there, Matthew. I appreciate that very much.
Nice one. Yeah,
apart from those 4, the original 6 were all based on dinosaurs. Thank you so much, Matthew. Do you have anything to add there, Dave? You're doing a bit of searching?
I hadn't thought about the symbols for a long time, and I was definitely very big into Power Rangers. So that's really cool.
And finally, for the Fact Quarter question this week, we've got one from Adam Tripsinski, whose title is King Sex.
Nice.
That is nice. And King Sex is offering an objection, writing, where do you get off? I mean, this might need to be Stathamed as well, I think.
Where do you get off? No, really, where you get off? I'm speaking directly to Matt and Jess. I'm sick and tired, and I mean sick to my stomach with the constant joking around about Dave's virginity, and I'm not standing for it anymore.
Thank you.
As someone who's had the sex at least one time, with proof being Do-Go-On's cutest baby, I'm somewhat of an expert and can say that Dave is truly the only pod member that has had the sex. So Matt and Jess, where's your proof, huh? Where is it? I'd know any better. You guys haven't had sex and you just make fun of Dave to cover up your own virginities. I'm appalled. Do better, or better yet, do any at all.
Do any at all.
No, me and Jess have had sex.
Yeah, here we go.
We go. I don't know. We're not covering anything up. We bone all the time.
You've never boned,
We
mate.
bone, man. We bone all the time.
You're embarrassing yourself.
Mate, we do it all the time. It's so good and it's fun. It's easy to me. It's one of the easiest things I could do.
Okay.
Just
I
doing
think,
it.
I think he's making too much about this.
No. Thank you so much to Adam, Matthew, Jordan, and Sophie. The next thing we like to do is shout out to a few of our other great supporters. We do 9 each week normally because we split it up 3 by 3 by 3. Dave, how do we want to do this? Do you think we'll go with Jordan's nicknaming convention? And you're going to try. I'll read out the names, and you try and find.
All right, but maybe I think we've got to limit it to like 5.
Oh,
5
yeah. I
moves.
mean, you could even just do the first one, I reckon. More like in the Jordan style of just taking
an
unusual part of the name.
Okay, yeah.
Otherwise, we'd.
Because I loved your process, but we would be here a long time because it takes. You do about 50.
Yeah, hopefully AJ edited it down.
Removed from Kevin
the ones we
Bacon.
did before were. I think they went for about 45 minutes each.
That's exactly.
So I'll read out the names. I'll be thanking them, and Dave's going to give you your brand new nickname.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Firstly, thank you so much for your support from Durham in North Carolina. And that's in the United States, where Michael Jordan went to high school or uni or something like that. I can't even remember my own fact anymore.
I think it's college.
College. Thank you so much, John Xiao. I've just had an absolute stab at that.
John Xiao. John, what about, the J gets a lot of love there, but what about just, you take the O, the H, and the N, and you get own.
Oh my God. Our man does a video on this.
Oh, really? You've got a guy for John's surname?
For Xiao. Well, that was my guess, but I doubt that's right. Here we go. Hello. No, that was me. Fake out.
We are looking at how to pronounce this name. Let's break down the pronunciation. A name of Chinese origin. In Mandarin, it's pronounced as Chao. Chao.
Chao.
In English, it's often said as Jiao or Zhao.
Okay.
Am I?
They were similar.
Was that the same pronunciation in English as in he was thinking he was Chinese?
I think they were slightly different, maybe. But
Were
so
they?
John Xiao.
Zhao.
You happy with that?
Yes, and I'm going to call John Own. O-H-N. Like
oh,
owns.
yeah.
But
That's
own.
really own.
Own.
You got owned
Yeah, by
Zhao. John Zhao. It's a great name, by the way. Thank you so much, John. Next up from address unknown, can only assume from deep within the fortress of the moles. Not giving us a lot to go on.
I just saw the name. This is difficult.
It looks like we got full name in the email address, but I'm guessing there's a reason they haven't given it to us.
Yeah.
So thank you from unknown spot. Thank you, KJ.
Okay, I think we need to do a bit more. I can't just call you J. I can't just call you K.
Yeah.
You can call me K. What about KJ? Flip around, you got JK, that's jokes. The Joker. Who played the Joker? Heath Ledger. Heath.
Heath is pretty good. Or what about
Heathcliff? Cliffy.
The Cesar Romero is one of the great names. He played the Joker in the TV series.
Yes, that's great.
So you can take Caesar, you can take Romero, you can take Heath, you can take Heathcliff, you can take Cliff. We did say we weren't going to do that.
I know, but that's just because we've only got 2 letters to work with there.
So I think you've got great options there.
Thank you so much.
Don't you reckon Cesar Romero is one of the great names?
That's an incredible name.
And I love how his mustache was iconic and he refused to shave it off to play the Joker, so they just painted over the mustache. His face paint over them.
That's really funny.
It makes quite a jokey look, I reckon. Next up, I'd love to thank from Marietta in Georgia, I reckon, in the United States. It's Ben.
Ben. Okay. Ben. What about you flip that? Neb.
Nebby. Neb. I like, yeah, Neb. On your Nebby. From Cooper in Great Britain. I'd love to thank Invasive Squirrel.
Okay, Invasive Squirrel. Where to go with this? What about
Civ?
Civ's good. Civ or Squire?
Or Squire, yes. I think that's so fun. When Jess's dad calls me Squire,
It feels a lot.
I call him Squire as well, and it's just a really great moment. Shake the hand, Squire.
Yeah, Squire. Honestly, Invasive Squirrel. Just go with it. You're Squire now.
Invasive Squire. From Toowoomba in Queensland, Australia. thank you so much to Zoe and Joel.
What I'm seeing here is two names with a similar theme.
Are they both got
OE. What about OO?
OO.
OO.
Oh. Owie.
And if you want to separate, you got 0102.
Oh, 90210.
90210. O2 Arena.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Owie.
Just
Zoe and Joel. Yeah, they're made for each other.
You'd want Joel. Do you reckon they ever called Zoe and Joey?
Yeah, I think Zoe and Joey should be. They must.
Zoe and Joel.
Please consider it.
Zoel and Joel.
Zoel and Joel.
That's something.
The first Joel.
Yeah.
The first Zoel. Thank you so much to you too, power couple. Next up, thank you from Cambridge in Ontario, I reckon, in Canada. It's Kay Castle. Oh my God. I say this every week, but our listeners and our Patreon supporters in particular have the best names.
Kay Castle.
Hey, Kay Castle. It's Kay Castle here.
You're listening to Kay Castle in the morning. What about, I'm seeing ass with an E there. Assy.
Like fluky, lucky.
Yeah. Oh my God. Assy.
Because lucky's a classic nickname.
Yeah, that's good.
But assy is means the same thing, but it's got a bit more edge.
Yeah, assy.
I think that's fantastic. On your assy. Another Fortress of the Moles entry. We can't see where they're from, so we are assuming Fortress of the Moles. And it's another single namer, but I reckon Dave's proven that he can do anything with less.
Yep.
That's not quite a sentence that made sense, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Please and thank you, Liz. And if you don't know, your email address suggests you have a pretty common name starting with a common surname starting with S.
Okay, Liz, L-I-Z. I'm looking at that. I'm flipping it again. I'm going to Zill. I'm thinking Zilla, Priscilla,
Queen of the Desert.
Yeah.
That's
could also just be Queen.
Could be the Queen.
The Queen.
That's pretty good. And Liz.
Oh
my God.
But people would say, is that after Queen Elizabeth II? Say, no, it's Priscilla.
Yeah. Godzilla, Queen of the, Tokyo.
Oh yeah, Godzilla's good too. God. They never miss.
Flip it back. Yeah. Dog.
Beautiful. Everyone likes dogs.
This is us doing it without going for long walks, so you can only imagine how bad it could have been. Only two left from, oh my God, how's this for a place name? From El Cajon in California in the United States. It's Slurpee.
This is so funny.
So you've got slur and you got P.
Or you got Earp.
Okay.
Wyatt Earp.
What
if it's Wyatt?
Wyatt. Yeah. Wyatt with Matt Stewart.
Good on you, Earp.
On your Earpy. And finally, again from address unknown, assuming once again from deep within the Fortress of the Moles, but we've got a little bit more to work with here, Dave. Please and thank you for your support, Anthony Harris.
It's got to be Thon.
Oh, Thon. Like Thor's brother.
Brother, Thon.
It's like a mix between Thor and Tron. And I don't know what Tron is, apart from it's like a movie from the 80s in the future.
Has anyone seen that the movie Tron? No. Remember that on The Simpsons? They all just say no.
Yes, I mean no. Is that one of those bits? Yeah.
When Homer goes into the 3D.
Thon is great. Because, Tony's been done. And
it's been done. That's all done.
Anth even you hear occasionally. But
but Thon.
You don't hear it. I think that's the most powerful of all.
That's great.
Imagine if it was Thon Soprano. I reckon he could have probably made it all the way to the top of his field of work, which of course was waste management.
Thon. We're taking the Topher Grace weight name here, aren't we?
I know. Yeah, I think Topher's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it makes me think gopher, and I don't think I've ever seen a gopher, but I think I like the idea of a gopher.
Yes.
Thank you so much too. Let's see if I can remember them now. Thon, Earp, the Queen. What was Kay Castle? Assy.
Assy.
Owie.
Yep.
Squire. Neb.
Heath or the Joker.
Heath or Caesar Romero.
Yeah, or Caesar. Caesar's great too.
And Own.
OHN.
Thank you to all of you. We appreciate everything you do.
I think that they're all keepers.
Yeah, I think they're all keepers. I can see everyone going, to the business card shop. Hang on, I've never had a business card before. It feels like a very old school thing to do, but I'm getting one printed up with my new nickname on it. And the last thing we're going to do is welcome just the one this week into the Triptych Club. Someone who's been on the shout-out level or above for 3 straight years. They get invited in a bit of theatre of the mind into our Triptych Club. Dabe is my new nickname for you.
Oh, I like Dabe. I like it.
Dabe, can you explain to the listeners who don't know what the Triptych Club is?
This is our clubhouse, our theatre of the mind honour roll, where people get invited into the clubhouse, and once you're in, you can never leave. But why would you want to? Because you've waited 3 consecutive years on the shout-out level or above. You've already had a shout-out a couple of years ago, but now you get to be enshrined, name up on the wall. You get to come on in, we cheer you on, and then there's live music, there's fun, there's games, there's party favors.
Table ice hockey, there's all sorts of cool stuff. I think we're up to like a dozen ice hockey table games.
Yeah, I keep getting iced over.
Yeah, I go ice them.
Yeah.
What do you mean? They keep getting iced? It had a negative connotation there.
This guy can't stop icing.
I love to ice things.
To ice.
Call me Dr. Freeze or Mr. Freeze, depending on which one is correct. Or which one isn't copyrighted yet. I'll take the other one. And yeah, you normally book a band. Jess normally is behind the bar, and she is. She's fine. She's behind the bar.
She's fine.
She's asked me to pass on that her cocktail this week is called, what was the name of the bear?
The sorry.
Or the breeder bear, or give me something to work with here.
The Etzo Brown Bear.
The Etzo Brown Bear cocktail is, of course, it's brown. It's like it's a twist on a classic, the Long Island iced tea. Only,
bit of everything.
Only, yeah, we put in sake as well.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah. And we warm it up. It's actually
delicious.
It's even nicer than it sounds. Dave, you book a band for the after party?
Yes, you're never going to believe this. I've been trying to get these guys to reform for quite a few years now, and they finally said yes after I threw a truckload of cash at them, let's be honest. But they couldn't say no. And you're never going to believe it after this week's report. We've got Grizzly Bear.
Whoa. They broke up.
Yeah, apparently they've been on hiatus since 2020. But
I like the stuff of theirs I know. Was it like 2 weeks?
2 weeks. That's their most played song on Spotify by far. Yeah.
And but there was a song that, I haven't thought about them ages.
Yeah, I think I had 2 of their albums. The one with 2 weeks on it, which now I don't know how to say it, and Shields, which had the spade in the club on the cover.
Yet Again. Yes, that's Yet Again's off that, which I really love.
Yeah.
I'm going to play that as soon as we stop recording. Beautiful. If you don't mind, Dave.
Love that.
So just one name. Everyone was already in, which is hundreds of people are already lifetime members in the Triptych Club. But we've got one new inductee tonight. I'm going to read out their name. Dave's going to hype them up. He's on stage. He's going to, get you all the current members whipped into a frenzy.
Of course.
So here we go. Dave does a bit of a weak wordplay if you haven't heard it before. Just go with it. I think he thinks it's good. And all right, Dave, you ready?
I'm ready.
From London in, I reckon, Ontario in Canada. Welcome in, Brendan Charles.
10 out of 10, Charles.
Tendon.
10 out of 10. Den Charles.
Den Charles. That's so good, Dave.
Super Brent Tendon Charles Murs.
How is that even better? I feel like you can't keep topping it, but maybe one more. Rule of 3.
Oh yeah. Charlie and the Brendan Factory.
Oh my god. We got to stop there because that's perfection. So welcome in.
It feels so good.
Brandon, make yourself at home. Grab yourself one of those bear cocktails. Kick back, maybe play a bit of ice hockey. You're a Canadian. I'm probably sure you're loving that. I'm probably sure
you're loving that.
We're running out of legs here. That brings us to the end of the episode. Please follow us. We're putting up clips pretty regularly on TikTok and Instagram, on our YouTube. But yeah, follow us on the Instagram if anywhere. Do go on pod. It definitely helps us with touring and stuff. For some reason, people look at the amount of followers before they let you book rooms and tours. So if you can follow us, that'd be great. And like our posts and stuff. Because it looks weird. It doesn't look like it's real if you have a lot of followers and like posts get like 3 likes.
Yep.
And yeah, sorry to get technical, but
Just
yeah.
like it. Fuck.
The people listening this deep into the episode, they're true
They already
supporters.
like it. They've already followed us.
They're likers and followers. Dave, you want to boot this baby home?
We'll be back next week with another episode. And until then, I'll say thank you so much for listening and goodbye.
Later.
Wahoo!
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Don't forget to sign up to our tour mailing list so we know where in the world you are and we can come and tell you when we're coming there.
Wherever we go, we always hear 6 months later, oh, you should come to Manchester. We were just in Manchester.
We were just there, but this way you'll never miss out. And don't forget to sign up, go to our Instagram, click our link tree. Very, very easy.
It means we know to come to you, and you'll also know that we're coming to you.
Yeah, we'll come to you, you come to us. Very good.
And we give you a spam-free guarantee.